Okay. Set up here. Wonderful Wednesday or happy hump day or however you want to say it. Let me get, where's my phone? Oh, I got to go get my phone. Got a tweet. See you later. All right. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let me tweet this out real quick. Hi, guys. 1 second. Let me tweet. Okay, how's everybody doing? Hi, Linda Lee, Debbie, Darla, Michelle. Hi, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Get my voice going. Thought I'd show some of my hand-carved stamps, do some stamping, put it in a book. Just, something a little. We haven't done any stamping for a while. If you want, I'll do some hand carving. Carve some stamps. I don't have I can't find any of my little erasers that I carve in. I did find some of the pink carving stuff. Excuse Hubster's leaving, so you're gonna hear the hear the garage door coming and going. Hi, Andrew. So maybe we'll do some carving. I had to fix my Bosch. I cracked it before, so I tried to tape it because I cracked him. But this is one of my hand carved stamps. So I'll show those. I thought I'd stamp some in a book. Just, do some stamping, some chatting, whatever y'all want. Hi, Tori. Taylor. Who else? That stamp looks like my Gladner. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Jersey. Oh, my gosh. So we do that today. And plus, I got a couple of little packages, some envelopes of Happy Mail. I'll show that. I've got a little further on my dragon eye there. So I got about that far on it. You can see I've got this up here. And so got that going on. And yeah. So hi, Kimberly, Terry L, Skinny Cat. Anybody else popping in? Thanks, everybody, for being here. Nancy, I know I'm probably missing people. Thanks for the thumbs up already, guys. That's appreciated. What's everybody else working on? Andrew, what are you working on? Andrew, what have you been doing? It's a little dark right there. I think it's because the lid here is reflecting the light off of it. Let's turn it sideways. Maybe that'll be it's a little brighter. There we go. That's better. Miss Mary, Nanette, Flo. Hi, Holly D. Holly D, what are those? Boxes? Are those boxes? What are those? Oh, are they boxes of cats? Holly D? The cats aren't in here right now. I've never seen that emoji before. A box with cats in it? That is cute. Oh my gosh. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Mama 4. Can you all hear me okay? Let me turn my mic facing my face a little bit. Let's see. Susan. Kitties and boxes. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Hi, Lynn. Work and lurk. We don't mind lurkers at all. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for those in the chat watching the recording. And if you are watching the recording, I stream live every Monday and Wednesday. I start about 8:30. So I can say hi to everybody. And usually start, a few minutes before 9. So Eastern. So if y'all want to hang, if y'all want to hang and chat, that's when I stream live. Thanks, Flo. Whispering Cauldron, good morning. Listening and rearranging your art studio. Awesome. Are you on Instagram, Whispering, where you can post us pictures? We need before and after. It doesn't count if there's no pictures, right? It didn't happen. It didn't happen if we can't see it. Anyway, I hope you're posting pictures. What if you want? You can tell us your IG name. Is it Whispering Cauldron? I don't remember. Hi, Painty Girl. I said hi to Cheryl. Anybody else I might have missed? I'm Susan. Trying to see, scroll and see. What do I do with my phone? Oh, there it is. Hi, Sue. Carla. So are you on Instagram, Whispering? I'm going to get Instagram at the ready because I like to shout out people. Let's see. Sylvie. Yes, the Whispering. Okay, let me look you up. Okay, there you are. Yeah, I already follow you. I don't see any pictures of studios. I don't see any studio pictures. I know you said you're just starting, right? I'm just teasing you. Are you carving a baby Yoda? Oh my gosh, this was in February. I just saw this. I'll like it. Sculpting a baby Yoda out of polymer clay. Thanks, Carla. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, we need studio pictures. So Bev said, hi, Fibs, just lurking until bedtime, 10:04 here in Australia. Yeah. Y'all are what does that make y'all about 12 hours ahead of us? Well, hope you sleep well. Hope everybody's staying well down there and down under in your area. Let's see. Hi, Jill. Okay, that's all right, Whispering. Thanks for watching and you're kind of watching and chatting as much as you can on your phone. It's hard to do that. Yeah. I can't watch videos. I mean, I can watch videos, but I can't chat on the phone like that. It's way too hard. I can do it on the iPad, but not on the phone. Let's see. Hi, Ann. Hi, Kenny. Okay, get your coffee, Kenny. Get your coffee, girl. So, thanks, Julie. Happy wonderful Wednesday to you too. So we do some stamping. This is just a one of those Michael's journals. Michael's sketchbooks. I thought it might be good to use this to stamp in and then sketch too. I mean, I got pins here. We can do sketching and stamping. I don't know. I just like to have something positive, something, inspiring. Girl, Prisma, color me, girl. We Southern girls know how to say girl. Let's see. Deborah, Cheryl went to get coffee. Let's see. Thanks everybody for popping in and doing a little stamping today. I thought I'd show some. Now these aren't all. I have alphabets that I've hand carved. Those are in bags. Those are in baggies, so they keep the alphabets together. I'm gonna maybe show some of the alphabets too. I won't stamp out alphabets for you. That would really be monotonous. But I have hand carved a lot of alphabets. Hi, Kangaroo Babe. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Jersey. Jennifer. So I do have a fresh cup of coffee here and my juice so I can keep my voice going. Let's see. Jennifer. Yeah, blanket hellos. It's hard to say hello to everybody individually sometimes. I do have some baby wipes on a tray here too. Like if I use stays on, that stains the stamps anyway, and it stays on. So I can kind of like tap off the excess just so I'm not getting it all over my hands and stuff. Hi, Bev and Oz. Oh, good. Thank you. We have quite a few people in Australia. Hi, Pacola. Oh no! Oh, lurk, Pacola. I don't know if you want to say, but anyway, it's not the virus, people. But Pacola's down in the weather today. Oh, take care, Pacola. Just lurk. Julie's here. Julie can handle all the trolls. Me and Julie have our boots on. Pow! Oh, Pacola, I need to send you something to make you. Oh, I see something right there. I'm not going to tell you what it is, Pacola, but I'm going to send something to you. I'll put your name right on it. Not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to cheer you up. I'm going to send you something, Pacola. I'm going to put your name on something over here. Okay, I'm going to send something to you. Cheer you up, Pacola. Make you feel better. Let's see. Melinda, Deborah. Dee Dee, the picture came when Boo made the duct tape wallets. Ginger Snaps popped up back on face 7 years ago. Oh my gosh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it pop back up on my Facebook. It's because you posted it, right? Yeah, Boo, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, she made those duct tape wallets. Yeah, I don't think it popped up on mine. You could tag me. You could tag me in it, Julie. But it didn't pop up in my memories, my Facebook memories. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that 7 years ago, right? Oh, thank you, Gaga, for the 40 pounds super chat. Thank you so much. Let me write that down so I can send you out a treat. Thank you, Gaga. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. That is so nice. Thank you so much, Gaga. I'll send you out I put you on the thank you channel supporters list. Thank you so much. Oh, very sweet. Thank you so much. I need to buy some more stuff to carve. I haven't carved. This is, I don't have a lot of, this is that carving stuff. It's got ink all over it, but if it's got ink all over it, look, it's got ink all over. It doesn't matter though, because you're going to ink it after you carve it anyway. So maybe I'll do that. Some of it, I have the white speedball kind. I have the eraser. Some of it's carved on erasers. But anyway, I thought we would do some stamping. Oh, you posted it? Okay. Let me go look, Julie. Thank you so much, Gaga. That's so sweet. Prisma said, I wish I could super chat you some toilet paper, but I'm plumb out. Oh my God. Oh, that's very kind, Ma. That would be a real sacrifice. But I did now my store, my public store that we go to, grocery store, it's the closest one. We go to Walmart, Publix, whatever, you know. I don't want to go to Costco or any of those. I don't need bulk. I don't need bulk items, so I don't go to Costco and Sam's Club and those big places like that. But anyway, apparently they had a whole bunch of toilet paper come in, and they, of course, it sold out. But they are getting it back in. That was my point. My point is it's coming back out. It's making a new wave. Toilet paper's making a comeback. Toilet paper's making a comeback. Okay, here's Julie. Let's see here. Oh, that's so sweet. These are Julie's granddaughters, and Julie's granddaughters. This little bag here, this little wallet here, out of duct tape. That was 7 years ago. Do you have any pictures of that? Well, you may not want to show what they look like now, but I mean, I would love to see what they look like now, Julie. I would love to see what they look like now. I don't think I've seen you post pictures of them for a while. Oh, what a sweet thing to say, Gaga. I'm your favorite YouTuber. Oh my gosh. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. That is so awesome. Thank you. Who else? I'm missing Judy, Melinda, Teresa. Happy Hump Day. Mary's 15 and Rebecca is 14. Oh my gosh. Boo's 17. Boo is 17, almost 18. Can you believe Boo's almost 18? Julie? Yeah. Well, she's 17 and a half. So yeah, she's 17 and a half. Can you believe that? I can't. I cannot believe it. Let's see. Susan, better glue your napkins down in case someone wants to say. Susan. Oh my goodness. So if you're watching this as a recording, I am talking to a live chat, by the way. And it is a channel for adults. It's not intended for children. Just saying that because you almost have to say it anymore. But I know, right, Julie? It does. You ordered some autos, Gaga? How are you? Oh, have you used them before? I just wondered if you liked them, how you like them and how you use them. I'm assuming you use them in like art journaling pages. Melinda S. Who else am I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. We're going to start here in just a minute. I'm going to start by stamping. If you want, I'll show you how to carve. It's easy to, I just got to find some clip art or something easy to do. You've never used the gelatos before? Yeah. They're real creamy, but you can't write on them. You can't write on top of them, you know? Maybe you could with the ballpoint pen. I don't remember because a ballpoint pen will write over almost anything. But I don't know if you smash them in really well, maybe you could. Oh, Jennifer Miller, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. And I have Gaga's address, but Jennifer, I don't know if I have yours, but if you will email me your address, I will send you out a print or something, whatever I'm doing that month for thank yous. Here's my email. Here's my email. And y'all be nice today because it's just me and Julie because Pacola's under the weather. No, it's not the virus. So Pacola is just lurking. So she would probably show up to boot some trolls. But other than that, y'all behave. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Just email me, and if you would like a thank you, I will. I'm writing this down. I will send you a thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer and Gaga. Y'all are so sweet. Oh, I'm glad you've learned a lot. Thank you so much. We try to be inspiring. And yeah, did you grab my email? I know. Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Julie. Oh my gosh, Susan said, when the kid you babysat for is checking you out at the grocery store, you feel old. Well, you must look pretty good then, Susan, if they're checking you out. Oh, you mean, I see what you're talking about. Checking you out like a cashier. I thought you meant like looking you up and down. Susan, I'm going to go, good girl. You've been staying in shape. Susan. Okay, Julie. Oh, when you said checking you out, I thought like looking you up and down. But yeah, I got it. Cashiering. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Is it lurking if I listen while I work? Yes, that is lurking, Nanette, and feel free to lurk. We don't mind at all. Thank you for being here. Just give me a thumbs up. I say that nobody has to give me a thumbs up. Y'all know. Let's see, Sue, Melinda. You took it that way too, Sue? Yeah. I see a lot of people did. That's what we think of when we think of checking you out. We don't think of the grocery store. Good one, ladies. Oh my gosh. Did we make Andrew blush? He's over there lurking somewhere. Let's see. Thanks, Nanette. Let's see who else. Okay, well, I think we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Don't forget, click live chat at the top. Click live chat so that you see all the chat. If you talk to me, if you got it wanted, Tori. If you're talking to me, put it in caps so I know you're talking to me, and I'll try to catch it. And don't forget, guys, I do have a lot of books over here. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 books over here for giveaways, but I've been kind of waiting so that, with all the hubbub, I want to make sure everybody gets their books and stuff. So, but I do have books for giveaway. So maybe by next Wednesday, which will be the first Wednesday, because, the first Wednesday of every month, I try to do a book giveaway. And we didn't do it this month. So we'll double up on next month. We'll double up next month. So, yeah, because I've got a couple of these. Kenny sent us 2 extra copies of The World Within Worlds. I still have collage books from Faithful Mess. I have the Australian color book from Orla. So I still have, hi, G. I have a lot of books to give away, but because of all the thing, I want to make sure they're not sitting in some post office. Hi, Zeely. Hi, Eric. How you doing? If y'all want to follow the artist, if you see a guy in here, he's probably an artist. You want to go check him out. Oh, go check him out. Go check him out. Sorry if you miss that, Eric. We're talking about getting checked out. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Melinda, as I said hi to Melinda. I know I'm missing people coming in. Hey, Clam, I got your happy mail. So I'll show you that in a minute. All right, so this is as far as I got so far, guys, on the Dragon Eye. Y'all know I worked on it on Monday. So this is as far as I got so far. I just have it sitting here. I have my pencils that I'm currently using on it just sitting here. So I can just work on it, here and there. So that's as far as I got. But anyway, what I wanted to say is I do have a couple extra copies of this to give away when we get to that. Clam Andrea sent me some happy mail here. I did cover up all the addresses so you can see. Here's the envelope. Isn't that awesome, guys? So anyway, here's some of the stuff she sent. Sent the little chipboard like stickers here, some butterflies and some little disc butterflies and birds. Look how cute those are. And some little flowers with little, looks like she put some little pearls in them. So look at this envelope too. Look at that envelope she made. So yeah. So Clam sent that and sent me a nice note. So the note will go in the Fibs book, Clam. So you're going to go in the Fibs book. Sent napkins. And look at these napkins that have a gold edge on them. Look at that. Look at that gold edged. And then a couple of heart ones. And I have extras, so I'll send some out. And then some postcards. These are botanical postcards. Look at these, how pretty these are. Oh, it's not from Clam? Not from this Clam. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Clam. I didn't know we had two Clams. Well, this is Andrea Clam. I didn't know that there was two Clams. I know, right? What are the odds? Well, Andrea Clam, I'm showing your happy mail. I don't this clam. The clam here is the only clam I see. So this is from Andrea, Clam Andrea. And so yeah, I did not even know there were two clams. Seriously, I did not know that. So thank you, Andrea. I love this. This is going to go in my Fibs book. She sent me some textured papers, a couple more napkins, some of that wallpaper. There's something glyptic. I forget the name of this. I used to know the name of this kind of wallpaper. It's something glyptic. That's the name of this kind of wallpaper that's embossed, but I can't remember it right now. If one of y'all know, let me know. Okay, Jennifer, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. What a calamity. Oh my gosh. Annette. Wah, wah. Annette. But anyway, if this is something like anaglyptic or something like that, that's what this wallpaper is. You guys are so funny and corny. So thank you, Andrea. So that'll go in the Fibs book. Some of the little doodlollies, as we call it. Anaglypta wallpaper. Thank you, Judy. Anaglypta. I knew it was glypta something. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Get the stage hook. I know. Oh, and Flo said it's not this Andrea because Flo is Andrea too, and it's not that Andrea. Yeah. Thanks, Zealy, and thanks, guys. Yeah, Anaglypta. Yeah, wallpaper. So I used to have, because I used to be in decorating, what do you call it? Visual merchandising, decorating stores. And this was back when everything was wallpapered. I used to have tons of wallpaper books. Hi, Janet. I used to have tons of those wallpaper books because, when they go out, you can, especially if you're in the business of using them all the time, you can get the books for free. And so, and I might have one still in the closet somewhere or something, but I got rid of all those wallpaper books. And now there's people online selling them for art junk journals. Oh, so yeah. Hi, Shannon. So hi to Holly and Muffy. Ashley, I know I'm probably missing people. All right. Then the other happy mail I got was from Janet. And Hubster already took the pepper seeds to plant. So Janet also sent me some hot, spicy pepper seeds to plant, but those are gone out of here, so I can't show you those. But I did want to show you, look at the envelope Janet sent me. She sent me a bag of planets. I asked her, she has a bucket of planets. I wanted a handful of planets, so she sent me some. But look at her envelope, and look how beautiful she writes. That's her handwriting, guys. So anyway, I just show that envelope, and so she sent me a handful of planets. I asked her to send me, so it did. Yeah, I know exactly. I did too, Janet. But I had to hang it in department stores. I hung wallpaper in department stores, and so anyway, look at some of these little punch outs. It's going to be so fun to use your little planets, Janet. They're so. I mean, I can't show you every one, but I mean, look at them. They're just such a variety. And y'all know I like doing planets in my collage work. So these, oh look, she even sent me a moon. I'm just in a good mood today. All right. So just all kinds of little different colors. And this one's got some shimmer to it. Look at that. Ooh, that's a pretty one, Janet. So I just want to sit here and go through all of them. Here's another shimmer. These are like leftover papers when she and Eileen do magicals, and now she has all the she bought all the new Seth Apter inks. She got those from she bought them the whole set from Xandra. And so now I expect she'll be punching out even more. So keep me in mind for those punch outs, Janet. You know, I'm always up for a handful of planets. A handful of planets. This one's got some shimmer. So I'm trying to kind of flip them over. Look at all in different sizes. And so anyway, thank you so much, Janet. I love them. And they're going to go in my collage fodder bin, you know, one of these kind of bins here. All right, so we're going to do stamping. And if y'all would like, I'll do some carving. Just because I'm doing stamping. So, all right, there we go. So that will go, this will go in my Janet pile. That'll go in the Fibs book. All right, so. All right. So I do have some baby wipes here, damp baby wipes. I got my stays on. I got, Janet, this is the journal I was talking about from, it's a Michaels. It's just one of those $6.99 journals. If y'all get, you know, shop online at Michaels, you can probably find it. It's the Artist Loft brand. Eileen would be so proud to actually mail trash. Yeah, she would. She would, Janet. Yeah. That's in Janet's trash pile. But I think of them as planets. So, but anyway, I got this as one of the Artist Loft journals. And or sketchbooks rather, and it's, you know, it's decent paper. It's decent paper, but I thought I would just stamp in this one, and then if I do any inking or doodling, you know, I got pens here to do that. So I know, but anyway, I just want to let y'all know that it is a Michaels Artist Loft brand. So you know, you can look online and see if they have them still. I don't know. And then I pulled out a piece of the rubber, you know, stuff to carve out of. And I've carved on, this is the speedball one. You know, this is a speedball. And then I've carved on erasers and eraser bits. And so I thought we would just do stamping today. I don't know. This is some tassels. I don't need that plastic. I guess I kept it on the plastic to keep them all together. Little tassels. So I don't know what all's in here. So I have, most of these are like hand carved or larger rubber stamps. Now my Michaels has been open. They did do the 10 at a time. I think now they're doing just social distancing kind of thing. But they haven't closed. They just did the 10 space, 10 at a time in the store. Because, you know, people have to have art supplies. If you're an artist, it's a necessity. If your business is art, you have to, you know, it's a necessity. Anyway, but Georgia is, you know, starting to open now. And so they're still closed. I mean, they're still open. Sorry, I was reading closed on the Prisma's remark. Hobby Lobby is still closed. I haven't checked in the last, you know, this week. So I don't know. But last I saw, Hobby Lobby was still closed. They're going to open slowly. But, you know, here's the thing, guys. If you can open a grocery store and Home Depot and Lowe's and, you know, Academy, if you can open those, I don't see a difference. Let's see. What's that book? Oh, this book, I just said, Cheryl, it's the book from Michaels. It's the Artist Loft brand, which is a Michaels brand. Artist Loft brand sketchbook. It's just sketchbook. As you know, the papers, you know, I've bought these kind before. Not this cover, you know, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, y'all keep Pacola in your prayers. She's down. She's under the weather. No, it's not the virus. I have to say that all the time, you know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I thought I would at least start with this and maybe carve. I did pull out my little carving toolbox here, and I still I don't know. I still have this old. This is from stained glass. This thing has to be 30 years old. I have not done stained glass, and I don't even know how long. But this is a stained glass oiler, but it's just in here because. And then I have my other cutters and some extra. This is what you use for wallpaper. Um, it's a retractable blades, and you snap them off. But this is what you'd use for. But anyway, it's for cutting and carving. And then here's my cutting tool. And I have the different. You change these out just like you do an X-Acto knife. That you just unscrew this and you pull out, and you can swap out the different nibs, carving nibs. And these are the Speedball brand. I don't do it, it's nothing fancy. I don't do a lot of carving, and I haven't done it for a long time. I can't even remember the last time I did a carving here. It's probably been a couple years. But the Speedball brand, what's nice is it does have the little thing here for you to put in your extra blades. But you can hear them rattling when you're using it. So I take them out and I just put them in here. So I have extra blades, but I don't want them in my handle because while I'm carving, they're rattling around, So can you read from the inspiration? Yes, I did read the inspiration book on Monday. I read from it on Monday. Let's see. So then I just got some different this is when I did, this is one of the blades that you use to cut polymer clay blade. It's just some cutters in here. So anyway, I just have that. So we'll see about maybe carving something after a while. But a lot of these I've carved myself. I got a gargoyle. I got Bosch. I got another gargoyle. And then just some different designs. So here's a tea. I have a tea and a coffee, but I don't know where the coffee one is. Let's see. What else do I have in here that's carved? And I have all kinds of little, and if you use the thicker kind, you can carve on both sides. You can carve on both sides. Let's see. Oh, do I have anything else? Oh, here's one. Maybe I should just carve off of this. This is a big chunk of this one. You could definitely carve on multiple sides. Okay, hang on. My mom's texting me. Let me check on her. I just got a notification on my watch. Denise and me, Mom, and Denise are on a group text, and so now they're sharing their breakfasts right now. So I don't eat breakfast, so I don't share breakfast with them, but they're sharing breakfast right now. And I just got the notification. So let's see. So I thought anyway, what I would do is stamp in this book. That's why I got this book out. That we would stamp in this book. I do have other, and then I can also ink in this. I could doodle in ink because I'm going to just stamp in black. I'm just going to stamp with stays on. But I do have other stamps. So let me show you. This is how I store my unmounted wooden stamps. So if you guys have ever, we've talked about it before, a lot of us used to have the wood mount, and Janet still does, wood mounted rubber stamps. Let me take a sip of juice here. If you want to unmount them because of space concerns, which is what I did, you can put them in. Now do a test with one. Don't email me if you melt your rubber stamp in the microwave. But if you put them in, put a couple in at a time, your wood mounted rubber stamps for like 5 or 10 seconds is all it takes in the microwave. Then that melts the glue. It doesn't mess. Now don't do this with acrylic. This is not acrylic. This is wood mounted red rubber stamp. Guys, can we keep the virus talk over on Facebook and Twitter, please? Yeah, y'all talk about that over there. We try to keep it, let's have this be a distraction from all the stuff going on. If y'all want to talk about what's going on in your part of the neck of the woods, take it over to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you do your social talking. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Nichols, Melinda. So anyway, if you want to unmount your wooden stamps, then just put them in the microwave for like 5-10 seconds, and you'll peel right off of the wood. Okay, they'll peel right off the wood. And so that's what I've done for now. Some of these are acrylic stamps. These are not all. These are not all. These are not all unmounted wooden stamps. Like for instance, this. See, look, I have some Technique Tuesdays. These are acrylic stamps. They're already on on a cardstock. But then what I did is I would put them on, and some of them are just look how they're just kind of thrown in here. Oh, sorry, I got to watch my cameras right here. My camera is right there. But you can do that and stick them on cardstock, or just put them in a bag like this, like I did here. And then you can like file them like this. Now you can do it neater than this, and you can also put them on pieces of plastic. You can mount them on a sheet of plastic, and then they're not going to all fall down. I've just had these like this for, I can't even tell you how many years and years and years. So they're not sticking to the cardstock that I put them on. If you want them to stick, you want to put them on a piece of, some kind of a page protector on the inside too, some kind of plastic, so they'll stick to that. But anyway, so yeah, this is how I have my unmounted and my sets of and I don't know why I have, well, I know why I have this in here, because we use bubble wrap to stamp with. But anyway, so you can file them standing up in page protectors, and takes up way less room, like this. So I just have them in a shoebox. So I've got them in a shoebox, and then you can flip through and see what you have. So we'll flip through these, and I might stamp some of these. I wouldn't use a heat gun on them. I wouldn't use a heat gun. Because that's not the same as a microwave. Now, you might melt the rubber with that. The microwave won't melt it if you just put it in for like 5 or 10 seconds. But do a test. And again, do not put your acrylic stamps in the microwave. This is just your wood-mounted red rubber, kind. Okay, so we'll show that in a little bit. And then I'm just showing you all my stamps now. I also have a couple boxes like these boxes, like this. I have a couple boxes of these with stamps in them. And so I don't know how much we're going to get through all this, but, I want to stamp them out. So I have that box, and then I have this box, same kind of deal. And these are all the acrylic ones that are on sheets. So I have sheets and sheets of acrylic ones in here. And so that's how I store my stamps. And I'm not an everyday stamper. I don't stamp all the time. I don't stamp that well. But I do have them to use. And these are, the smaller ones especially are good to use in your journaling and all that. To stamp. You must not just like to stamp, Gaga. Okay, so then the other way to store stamps, I have alphabet stamps, and these are little ammo boxes. And I got that idea from Paula. You can get these at your, sporting goods, hardware, anyway. And they fit the little stamps just perfectly, right? And so you can store alphabets in those. And I used to do a lot of stamping back in the mail art days. And that's MAIL, not MALE. And the postal mail art exchanges that we used to do years and years ago. So I have tons of little, there's one of my blocks there, little alphabets in boxes. And then, wait a minute, let's see. So just different ways you can. Here's some more alphabets. So you can store your alphabets in these little boxes. Here's another set of, there's a couple sets in there. Look how they jiggle. Doesn't that just look cool? It's like, use me. So, hi, Eileen. And then I have hand carved alphabets. Let's see here. Oh, here, I got these alphabets too. So, again, guys, I used to use these tons. I used to use all my alphabets, and I used to use these I mean, they are well loved and well used. I just haven't used them lately. So I need to get back to stamping. Stamping. You, Eileen, don't tell me you don't have every one of these. I know you, girl. So I used to stamp quite a lot. And then I also have hand carved. I have hand carved alphabets, and I just keep these. I carved the whole Hebrew alphabet. I carved the alphabet out in Old English, like Gothic letters, and I carved these out on the. These are just carved out on the magic rub erasers. See the magic rub erasers? They're just carved out on that. So anyway, I keep my alphabets like that in bags so that I can find them easily. Let's see what else. This one goes back to here. Hang on, I gotta make space. Gotta make room. All right. So that's some ways to store your little alphabets. If you have small alphabets. Okay, so if y'all want to do some carving after a while, hi Terry Snow, Jerry, anybody else I missed? Melinda. I know I probably missed people coming in, so thanks, guys. So if you want me to do some carving, we can do that too. All right, so let's start with some stamping of some of the hand-carved ones. And I have done some of these before. I'll skip a couple of first pages here. And let's see here. Let's get some light on the subject. I'll zoom in just a little. At least one or two. And let's see, we can probably brighten this up since we have white paper and it pulls the light away. All right. Elaine, Deborah, Molly, thanks guys for being here. I hope y'all are just chilling like a villain. So I got my stays on here. It's a new one. Create side swatch labels for your stack pads. Well, this is the only one that I have in stays on. And I have let me show you my ink pads here. This is how I have those. They're in another box. Eileen will love this. Now, this is not all my, well, I'll show you my ink pads. Hang on. Let me put that back on. So I have some of my ink pads in this bigger box. So in here, I have the small ones like this. And then I have all my distress oxides. Eileen will be so happy to know my distress oxides. And then I got some archivals and, my blending tools, memento. There is an archival purple. So anyway, and some stamping blocks. I should probably get out a couple of these because I might need them. And then I have the smaller ones in here. And then my really old ink pads, which I still love them and they still work. Last I checked, they still work. Are, whoops. In another tray here. See, I told y'all I used to be a stamper. I used to stamp all the time. So these are the old Nick Bantock tins. Eileen, do you still have your Nick Bantock tins? And the old, yeah, these are all Nick Bantock ones in here. And then these are the old Ranger scented ones. Did you get these back in the day? These are the old scented Ranger sets, and they still smell. And now I'll tell you that my favorite one is the coconut. Where is that one? The coconut cream. Let's just take a sniff. Let's everybody stop and take a sniff. Oh my gosh, it still smells just as good. Oh my gosh, what did Jan say? Oh, never mind. So anyway, that's and then these are some older color box, and then these are the distress ink ones, and just different ones. And so I used to stamp. I'm telling you, people, I used to be a big stamper back in the postal mail art day. Postal mail art day. You're allergic to coconut? Oh my gosh. Like the smell of it, Gaga? The smell of it, or just the real coconut? Okay. So let's go ahead, and now I'm going to take off the stays on cover here. All right, so let's see. What should we start with? Let's start with the little gear here. These are hand carved ones. And now I'm going to check because this paper's pretty thin. It may go through. If it goes through, I might change ink pads. I mean, I might change to something else. I've got the Archival. Let's see. I got some, the Archival. We'll see what doesn't go through. I don't want to go through. Oh, if you eat it. Okay. I don't know. I've never heard of anybody allergic to coconut. That's odd. Not really odd, but you know. Okay, so here's there's one of my little gears there. So let's see if it's going through. It's ghosting, but it's not going through. And then what I did, and so you know what I can do when I'm stamping something like this and playing with them, you can just, you know, do all kinds of little things with them. You can make borders. You can do whatever, you know. I have these these baby wipes here just to kind of get off the excess. It doesn't bother me if my stamps are stained black. Yeah, I know you do, Eileen. And also, guys, if you're stamping on something, if you don't have, like I'm in a book right now, but if you're just stamping with the paper, you need to have some kind of a foamy, this is a stamp pad thing, but you can just use that kids fun foam, just something foamy to stamp on. So it doesn't, so you get a good impression. But I'm just doing it in the book. So they're not going to be perfect, but you know, this is my book. This is my book. So anyway, let's test it again. Yeah, see, it is going to kind of go through. So let's see about trying it with the Archival instead of the stays on, because this paper is thin. I'm not doing this on cards. This is not cardstock, right? This is just sketchbook paper. Let's test the Archival, and I don't know which one of these is the juiciest, but we'll test. All right, let's get this gargoyle. Let's get this little gargoyle, and hopefully it looks like it's juicing up, but we'll see. And also, if you're going to stamp something, you probably want to do a test stamp first. I don't care because this is my test book. I don't, you know, I can doodle in this and ink in it and sketch in it later. But anyway, if you're going to stamp something and you have a nice piece of paper, if you have a real nice piece of paper, don't just like ink it up and stamp it and go and hope for the best. You know, you want to do a test stamp, but I'm not worried about it right now. All right, so I just want to see if this is going to go through. Oops. Okay, so the Archival is not going through as much. Let's do, he fell over, so let's do one falling over. You know, gargoyles used to supposedly ward off evil. You see them on churches and stuff. All right, let's just have him. So I'm going to do a little test here. And this is one of my hand-carved ones. I'll do it upside down. Oh, I thought I was going to do it upside down. Well, they're talking to each other. And I'm not sure how juicy this one is or this one, which is the juiciest one. I'll test them both. Okay. I didn't test these pads out before I got on here. All right. So I'm just going to kind of stamp off that. I just want to get the excess off. Like I said, I don't care if they're stained. Let's see. This is just a carved design. All right, let's go over here. Oops. Let me test the other pad. See if it's better. I really don't care if it goes through, but you know. And so if you have a pattern like this, whoops, see there's no padding under there. I need to do it on this side because there's no padding on that side, or I should get out a piece of foam and put it under that side. This side has padding with a book. So if you have a repetitive pattern like this, what you can do is you can stamp it one way, then turn it once and have it go this way, turn it again and have it go this way, and then turn it again. I probably should go back to the StazOn. This is not very inky. So if you have a pattern, you can repeat it, or you can do this. Let me go back to the StazOn. This is going to bother me that I can't get a good dark. That I can't get a dark print. I need to re-ink these, and I don't know where my re-inker is right now. So we're going to go back to the StazOn. Okay, so you can also do it like this. You can go down a border. So you got one going one way, then turn it once and go the other way, and then keep going down and make you a border. See how you can just turn it and make like a tumbling down border kind of thing, like that. Jen and Oz amazes me how she has all her stamps categorized. I know, and look it up in her book. I know. Rach too. Rach 0. What's her number? 0772. She has hers in notebooks too. She has hers all categorized in notebooks. I don't use them enough anymore to do that, but yeah, you can categorize them. Let's see what else I have in here. Let me come over this way. Let me pull this over here. So I'm in my bucket here. Let's see. And I can just show you some. They're not all my hand carved ones. That's not hand carved. Some of them that I use a lot are like these foam ones. Oh, I forgot to show you that. All my foam ones, except these that I use all the time that are on this acrylic, these foam ones. These are great for using with acrylic ink, like your craft paint, acrylic craft paint with the foam ones. And all my foam ones, I keep in a big bag. So this bag right here, these are my foam stamps. Alphabets. Let's see if I can get them. So you can see, look, these are all my foam. I don't want to hit the camera. These are all alphabets, all just mixed up, all in here. And then there's words. This is all my foam and my hand heated up foam ones. So yeah, that's what this whole bag is. And I can't even tell you how many foam alphabets I have, different sizes, different shapes, and they're all mixed in because I like to use them when I was using a lot of alphabet stamps. I like them to be eclectic. So I'd get maybe this M and this V and this P, just different fonts all together. We're not going to do those today. All right, so kind are good to use with acrylic. These are good to use with acrylic. You can use them with your ink. They're great to use with paint. Let's see. And again, I should be doing this with some foamy background, so you can turn them different ways. Whoops. Here's some more foamy ones. This one needs to go in the foamy. box, the foamy box. All right, so then let's see what else. You can also use things like tools like this. Now, again, I use this mostly for paints. D-Stash is like a last game. You have to remember, guys, I have been arting and crafting and stamping back. I mean, I'm talking like way back, people. 30 years I was doing mail, it's been around for a long time. And I've been in this studio for 20 years. And, and I've just, it's not like I just went out yesterday. Susie says, you are making me feel better about my crafts. I see. And I got to tell you guys, I gave away so many rubber stamps a couple, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I just bundled a whole bunch up and got rid of a whole bunch of them that I wasn't using really at all. So, but you can use things like this, and especially if it's paint. And of course, you can do different colors, right? So, see, you can use different tools like that for stamping and art journaling. So, hi, Gail, Judy, Devin. Anybody else I missed? Thanks, everybody. This is just one of those Michael's Artist Loft sketchbooks, and we're just stamping out in it. And again, I'll use this kind of stuff for like doodling. And I can take one of my pens here and, doodle things. Or do sketches or ideas or. With whatever pen's handy. Okay, so there's some of my stamped ones, and again, a lot of the ones that are foamy, like this. These I love because it gives you a nice pattern. All right, so let's move those to the side. Let's see if I can organize this. These are some of the. I just had them forever. I'm not going to stamp everything, but I'll just kind of show you some. These are some of the old Prima ones that were blue rubber. They're blue rubber. I'm sure Eileen has all these. So these are kind of cool too. Different little patterns. And again, what's so nice about them is you can take a pattern. All right, let's go. Now remember, it's going to ghost through some, but that's okay. And you can put them on the little blocks if you want. Most of the time, I don't even put things on blocks. I just do it with my hands. But anyway, what's nice about stuff like this is because you can make such nice patterns and borders. Again, now it's coming out crisp and clean pretty much because this is padded because of all the paper. If I try to do it on this side, there's no padding. It's not going to do as nicely. So you want to have some kind of foam backing behind, or padded. You want it padded to get a good stamp. And look, still I didn't do very well. You don't have this one, Eileen? Eileen, do you need this one? Do you need this one, Eileen? I will send it to you if you need it. Hi, Kalura, Becky, Judy, Wilson, Judy. Oh, who else? Melanie. I know I'm missing people. Lisbeth. All right. Eileen said no. Okay. It's not like she doesn't have. And here's, like I said, here's my tea bag with tea, and I have one's coffee somewhere. What else is in this one? Just little. This is just in the little acrylic ones. This is another foam one. There's a wave. Let's see what else. And some of these are just those little cheap ones, real cheap. There's another, what do you call it? Not a paisley, but one of the, these make good wallpaper backgrounds. Hi, I'm back. You can do a whole sheet like that with this and make wallpaper. What else? Here's one of my initial ones that I carved out. This is out of a magic rub. We'll put this on the front because it's my initial here. Go to the first page. Don't put my name upside down. Ooh, I got that real juicy. There we go. I got it real juicy, but it's my, I got it all over the place. But anyway, that's my carved initial in black letter, Gothic. Some more. What do you call it there? This should go over there. What else do I have? I'm just gonna oh, here's one of my, there's a little cat. Let's put a cat on here. And I'll carve one for you. Here, let's put a little cat right there. If y'all are just joining us, we're just doing a stamping day. What else? I got leaves, hand-carved leaves. Here's a little sheet of paisleys. What else? Here's a little border that you can put a bird on it. You can, let's see, let's stamp this one. We'll do this on the next page here. See, it'll ghost a little. Let's put this up at the top. And this is an acrylic one. And I know people say you shouldn't use StazOn with acrylic, but, you know, I do. So it's just a little open border so you can put your name or your title or something like that. I am over here patting them off on a bit wet baby wipes over here, kind of getting some of the excess off. Okay, so I'm looking kind of, I was hoping, oh, here's another hand carved little sun or moon, whichever you want it to be. It can be either one. Let's see, what else have I carved out in here? Just trying to find the carved ones. Here's another, this is a nice little piece there to carve into. I could pull that. All right, so that's kind of in this tub. Again, I'm not pulling out every single piece here. I've got to make a space for these other ones. All right, so then I also have all kinds of different sets. Now these, I would have bought these years ago at like a stamp convention. This would have been at a stamp convention. And I still have a lot of the old, here's the set right there. I still have a lot of the catalogs. I have a lot of the old catalogs. This one is copyright 2004. So, you know, there hasn't been a stamp convention for a long time. That may be out somewhere in California or something, or Oregon, but they don't have a lot of stamp conventions. And I don't mean just now because of what's going on. But what was I going to say? When scrapbooking became real popular, a lot of the stamping companies kind of went to the wayside. So that's kind of cool. Let me hold it up. Little mechanics. So this was kind of a cool little set. This is a little mechanical. Oh, this is a little head. This is the head, I think, that goes with his body. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's do this little body. If you all have any questions, put it in caps. I'll try to. But there just used to be so many cool stamp companies. I'll have to pull out some of the old. I have to pull out some of the old, what do you call it, catalogs. I kept a lot of them. I'm talking about from the 90s, you know. So that is just this set here. And I pulled this little, these are different alphabets, different through the centuries and stuff, different alphabets. That set I pulled because I use it. So it's like in my, I use all the time stuff. But you can kind of see that set. This one was Avant-Garde #1 by A Stamp in the Hand. That was the name of the company. A Stamp in the Hand. Annette, I don't have time to do that. What's this one? That looks like a little castle or something. And then let's see, here's another one that was from that same stamp. Now this one, I think, who sent me this one? I think Orla sent me this one. No, Art Mingle Olga sent this one to me. This one right here, the writing set. I try to write the names of the people that give them to me if they send them to me. Here are these little tassels. Let's do these little tassels real quick. I don't know how interesting. Do I need to zoom in? Do I need to zoom in a one or two? I don't want to get too, you know. How's that looking? Is that any better? I want you to see the stamps, but you know, like what's going on here. So these are tassels. See, isn't that cool? And there's different sizes here. So how many of y'all stamp? How many? And Eileen, don't raise your hand, Eileen. I know you stamp. I'll hold this up. Oh, that one I got too inked up. Let's do a few off stamps there. Gail stamps. Who else besides Eileen and Gail? Okay, Lynette, thank you for watching. Let me move this over just a little so we're not in frame anymore. Let's move this over. There we go. There we go. I don't know, are we still focused? Melinda used to stamp. Turn it down just a little bit of brightness. You clamp. I don't know what that means. I know. Yeah, Flo. I know. It's just, you know, if you've started way back in the day, you know, stamping way back in the day. All right. So there's like those kind, and I just have little buckets and little bins and, you know, whatever just works, right? All right. So let's turn this page here. Let's go back over here. So what else? Oh, here. Oh, I got to show you this. This one, Lisa Scott sent me. And this is kind of a, if you've been around a long time, you know, if you've never had a moon pie and RC Cola. But anyway, and I think I'm getting some of these too juicy. But this was the first time that she ever carved anything. And she carved this for me. And y'all make sure and keep Lisa in your prayers too. She carved me out a moon pie. She carved me a moon pie. That was her first time she ever carved anything. Now you got to remember, when you're carving words, you have to carve them backwards. You have to carve them backwards so that they come out right. All right, let me just kind of clean it off here. I know, right? So there's my moon pie. I want to put that where I know where that is. And then these are just different. Here's that one. I think this is the one that came in that set that I showed you with the alphabets. Let's see. I don't know if I got the whole thing. There's that one that's got all the different the different alphabets through time. You've made 2 hand-carved stamps, a cat, and an Egyptian eye. Did you like carving, Devin? Did you like doing it? Look, see, it doesn't take long. Did you like doing it? So I really love that one. I need to put that one over here where I know where that one is. And then these are just different. Some of these, like this one's a Tim Holtz. Y'all recognize Tim stuff. I mean, I recognize this as Tim Holtz. See? When I stamp something, though, I usually like to stamp more than once because I like to doodle around them. See, now this is all doodle fodder now for me. Let's go to the next page. I'm going to do something here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do a little group of these guys. Because I don't make cards or do mail art anymore, right? So I don't use them like I used to. But what you would do back in the mail art days is you would combine things. You combine all kinds of odd stamps and just do, you would do weird things with them. You would do weird things with your stamps, right? That's what we all did with them. You didn't just use them like, like they were intended. You would make all kinds of odd connections and things with them. Okay, let's get the little one here. And you can see I'm not using any acrylic blocks or anything. I'm just making a mess here. You like the tassel men, Devin? Well, I'll tell you what, Devin. Here, hang on. Let me find a piece of paper. Now my hands are pretty grungy here. I'm going to make you a tassel man. Let's move this up here. Now I should get out that foam thing, so that when I'm not in the book, I have a piece of foam here. Okay, so all right, I'm going to make one of these for Devin. Hang on. I'm going to make her a tassel guy. I'm not looking at chat that much. I look up and I see somebody go, oh, I like that. Okay, so let's do I'll try to do it neat since it's for somebody besides myself. Okay, now let's do the tassels. My door is jiggling because I have my window open. And the door closed. But I didn't want the cats in here while I was trying to stamp. I need to go put a piece of chipboard in the door so it's not jiggling. I went off the edge almost there. Not quite off the edge, but it got close. Oh, you can't even see. Well, hang on. I'll show it to you in just a minute. Where's the other one? Well, where's the medium-sized one? There it is. Okay. Hang on. All right, so here we go. You can see it's coming along. One more. All right, Devin. I'll put your name on this one. All right. There you go, Devin. That one's for you. All right, let me put your name on it. My hands are real inky, so I'm trying to be careful here. And I actually think Devin's name is Devon. I think it's Devon. My sister's middle name is Devon. I think her actual name is Devon, but I just call her Devin Rex. So anyway, there we go. It's going to go in your steampunk journal. Perfect. Okay, so let me set that aside. I have this other thing here. I got to send this to Pack or Die. This just looks like Pack or Die to me. I got that set aside for her. I got something set aside for Pacola, but I'm not going to show it. It's going to be a surprise for our Pacola. All right, so let's see now. Let me get another baby wipe. Now, Stays On is permanent, so it's really not going to, I'm not going to really be able to clean my hands until I get the craft scrubby. I can get some of it off, but it's going to stain, so. All right. Hi, Lady Jan. There's Lady, if y'all missed it on Monday, Lady True North Jan is the one that made the Cadfael journal. All right, so what else we have here? All right, let me move this over to the side. Let's move my book back down. Okay, let's move that over. There we go. Stay in frame. Okay, so there's those. Now I'm going to just take and get the excess ink off the stamps. This is just a damp baby wipe here, just to kind of, and again, Stays On is really not good for your stamps. You should really probably clean them with a stamp cleaner, but it's not happening here. And then clean off my Timmy guys. There we go. Just get the excess out of it. Okay. I'll keep all those together because that's kind of a nice little combo, isn't it? Okay. Next. So let's see what else we have in this little tub. We got this. We got this. I don't even know what set these are from, guys. There's just some text. There's some more text with a watch or a stopwatch of some kind. Eye chart. Every possibility begins with the courage to imagine. Here's a little, this is a little teacup. It's a little teacup there. I should stamp these out for some giveaways. Here's a ticket. No, let's just do a ticket. Like you do a whole border with these. But we used to do mail. I have a book on old mail art around here somewhere. And mail art back in the 90s was a big thing. Just do a row of tickets there. And of course, you can always color them ink. You're using permanent, like, something that's not going to move, like stays on, or archival. And I don't remember which ones move and which ones don't. But you can watercolor on them and do different things. Okay, so there's these tickets. What else is in here? I don't even know what that piece of paper is. Okay, so what else do we have in here? Just a random foam dot. Oh, here's some more that I've carved. Oh, here is this right here, I'm pretty sure, is shalom in Hebrew. I'm pretty sure this is shalom. Peace. Hand carved that. Hand carved that. Let's do it in here. This is, I guess, obviously from Zandra. It says Z on there. A little coffee cup from Friends coffee cup from Zandra. These are just some little ones in here. Oh, here's a car. Here's I don't think this is Prima. I was going to say it's Timmy, but it's Prima because it's blue. The Prima are all blue. There's a little chair. Here's a little border. There's a little welcome. I'm sure Eileen has these. Hi, Desert Nana. Anybody else I missed? Bye, Flo. Thanks for stopping in. There's a little type. This one's old. This one was from 100 Proof Press. This is one of my oldest ones. Well, maybe not the oldest, but it's old. Little typewriter. That's from 100 Proof Press. I know it because it has cork on the back, and I mounted these myself. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, here's a little tree of life. Got a little. This is another hand carved one on a magic rub eraser. I'll carve y'all something here in a minute. There's a little tree that I carved. And again, these magic rub erasers, these are the softest and best things to carve into. If you just want a small something. These magic rub white erasers are the best for carving. I'm just saying. Okay, so there we go. Let's just put that on here. Put our little guys there. All right. All right, so that is one tub. This is one of my stamp tubs. All right, so now let's see what we have in the flip through. So in the flip through, these are not hand carved now. This is how I've unmounted, or they're acrylic sheets of stamps. And this is how I store them. No wonder kids go back to school, couldn't find the magic rub. Oh, let's see. Hi, Mary. Oh, hi, Shalom from Israel, Mary. Let's see. Curly So, okay, see, there's the other Curly. There's Andrea Curly books. Did you know we have two Curlies? Yeah, I did not know we had two Curlies. I showed your Happy Mail earlier, Curly, Andrea. Did not know we had two Curlies in the group. All right, so I'm just going to kind of, here, I'll just move this over here, and I'll just kind of show you some of the sets I got here. This one is an Old Technique Tuesday. This is from, it has it on there, 2006. This is from 2006. This is an old tattoo set. I mean, well, you know, let me get out the koi fish here. So there, it's just a bunch of, and these aren't mounted or anything. You know, you have to put these on. You're supposed to put them on. Where's one of my blocks? Well, I just had one of my blocks here. Did I throw that? Oh, here it is. It's best if you put them on a block because to get a good stamp image. And it's also a good idea if you put them on, if you're just going to stamp them on paper, on foam, something. But I'm stamping in my book here. So let's see. And I'll do a couple of. So it's a koi fish. And again, I'm not being very diligent in a good stamper. I'm not being a good stamper. There we go. There's a good one. But I always like the real detailed ones. I always like the real detailed. I'm trying to clean it off a little. I always like real detailed stamps because back in the day when we did the mail art, that's what you really liked. You liked the detailed ones. These I got from a scrapbook store. This was, you know, Technique Tuesday was a popular company, and they may still be around. I don't know. I haven't bought any Technique Tuesday in forever. This one was called Skin Deep, and it's got this heart here and these wings, little skull, a little tiny skull there, and some kanji that says friend. Let's see. I think I can fit this on there. Go back to it. Here. See, Didi, you can't put tattoos on some of those girls you color. Yeah, I could. If I really wanted, I would probably just draw them because by the time I wanted to do a tattoo on one of them, let's see, do I have one sitting here? Okay, here. This is one of the girls, a mermaid girl that I want to color and put in my, I want to put her in my, what do you call it, book? My collage book. I could probably use, let me go in here. Okay, I'm going to put the little heart back. It's too big for her. Let's get that little skull. Let's get the little skull and crossbone. Oh, no, here's a yin and yang symbol. There's a little yin and yang. We could do that. You can't hardly see it there, but we'll put a little yin and yang tattoo on her. How about that? Oh my gosh. Put that little yin and yang tattoo on her. Okay, so, and some of them are very tiny. Look how tiny that is. You can't even hardly see it. Look how tiny it is. Oh, let's see. That's a little Celtic dot. Here, let's put that. I could probably just do this with my finger. It's so tiny. Now I'll put it on this block here. Let's see. So it's a tiny little Celtic knot. We'll put that on her wrist. There we go. There's a little tiny Celtic knot. I mean, look how little that stamp is. That's why you got to keep them on. This is on plastic, right? This is on plastic. Let's sit that back where it goes. So there's an arrow, a crown, there's some wings, and again, the kanji for friendship. So that's the Technique Tuesday Skin Deep set. All right, so there we go. There's that one. Let me move her out of the way so she doesn't get all inked. Okay, let's see. All right, so let me kind of move this here. I have my bin right here, so I'll just kind of try to go from here to here. Let's tuck that up under. It's going to cast a shadow, but there we go. That'll hold it in place. All right, get organized. All right, so then I'll move that stamp. Then the next thing, I'm just going to go through them here and we'll play. This one has, these are, I believe these are some ones from 100 Proof Press as well. I can't really swear to, but they were they were wood mounted. No, if they were wood mounted, they would not have been 100 Proof Press. This one is a Victorian lady because I always bought my 100 Proof Press unmounted and mounted them myself. So, and this has got, this is really juicy. This ink pad's really juicy, so I almost get too good of an impression. You know, it's too juicy. Okay, so there's our little Victorian lady. Yes, I know, right, Kalura? Microscopic. And then here's an alphabet in black letter, Gothic lettering. And I can't promise you I'm getting all this lettering here. And see, it has just a little bit of sticky residue on the back. You can always baby powder that. You can baby powder that to get the residue off. But at the time when I unmounted them, what I did is I left a little bit of sticky so that it would stick to the cardstock. Now, if you don't want them to do this and pile down, then you need to mount them on plastic. Okay. All right. So, and again, I didn't do it really well. This is what they should all look like. And you can see I didn't, that's why you really got to put the foam under it. You know, put your foam. You know what? Let me go ahead and do another one just so you can see the difference. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that alphabet again, just so you can see the difference of doing it on foam. As long as I ink it up well. And when I'm inking, I'm kind of doing a little twist. I'm kind of pushing and doing just a little bit of a twist on it. All right, so let's see. And so now there's the foam behind it. And this is a big stamp, so you do want to kind of give it some pressure all the way, all around. Now, see, now I got it too inked up. I got it too juicy now. Got it too juicy. So you want it somewhere in between those two. I told y'all, guys, I'm not the best stamper. I love it, but I'm not the best at it. Okay, so let's go over to this one now. Some of these I do remember, some of these I got at stamp convention. These right here. All these right here I got at a stamp convention. And they're different maps, a globe map. And I'll stamp these out because these are kind of cool. Then this is a little Mona postage and some Japanese design there. Are we in camera? Can y'all see? She needs a crown. And then one of the girls some years ago sent me, and I don't remember who, a bunch of Mona Lisa stamps. Now this one though, where's the one that I bought? I don't know where this one is. It's not in here, so I don't know what I did with it. These are different Monas. So I have all these Monas. I'll do these. I'll stamp all this out because they just look cool. All right, let's go ahead and do the foam because it'll be better. All right, so let's see. And I need a bigger. Hang on, I got to get a bigger block. Or a square one. Here's a square one. I have all different sizes of acrylic blocks. All right, let's see. And it's not going to stick. I'll just use my hands. It's just easier for me. All right. I'm getting it, stamping it down here. And then I'll just stamp it myself. All right, let's do it again. I haven't used these in a long time, so they probably need to be pretty juicy. Did that one too much. See, this is why you need to kind of do it, test it, do it a couple times before you do it yourself. Okay, so there's a Mona, and I'm over here with my baby wipes, kind of just cleaning them off a little. All right, here's another Mona. I'm just going to do it by myself here. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's do it again. Usually takes 2 impressions to get a good impression. This has like a 2 on it. Folks know about your Mona Lisa mystery knitted throw by Jean. Yeah, I have that in the other room. Yeah, I've shown that before. Pictures of it. Yeah, Jean's illusion knitting. Jean knitted me a Afghan blanket thing. A Mona Lisa illusion blanket. It's very cool. Let me just do this small one here. Let's put it on. So again, guys, you got to take your time and do this neater. I'm not really being very neat about it. I think this is the girl with the pearl. This one's not Mona. That's the girl with the pearl earrings. I think that's her. Okay, so that one turned out a little better. So I have a bunch of Monas. Let's do this one here. This one is mounted. This one came from Annie V. It has it on the back. I don't know if she sent me all these. If Annie V sent me all these Monas. But this one has her name on the back. So let's do this one here. That one turned out pretty good. There's only one curly. You kept saying clam. Oh, so I'm getting curly and clam mixed up. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. I'm getting curly and clam mixed up. Okay, thank you, Curly. It's hard, people, keeping track of all of you. It is. There's Hubster's home. All right, so there's some Monas. Let me get a little excess off. Again, stays on as permanent, so I'll have to use my craft scrubby. Okay, so, okay, it's Curly. All right. So I don't know why I thought clam, but okay, thanks, Curly. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Let's go to the next sheet here. All right, so these are some, well, actually, I don't know. I won't stamp all these because you can see them here. They're not stamped out 100%. I stamped them out just enough to know. I stamped them out enough to know what they were in here, but I really do like this one. Let's see. Let's do this one. Oh, there's another Mona. Let's do this one and this one. And then we'll do some carving in a little bit. Oh, I got to do it on the flat surface here. Okay. Thanks, Curly. Clam Curly. I know. I try, guys. I try to keep up with you guys. I try. Okay, so let's see how well I can stamp. And I don't remember which way this one goes. Let me look at my reference over there. It goes this way here. I think it goes this way. We'll see if I did a decent inking job. Yeah, it's okay. I could probably ink it one more time because these haven't been inked up in years, guys. And it really technically you should put it on a acrylic block so that you get an even pressure. But let's do another one. This one was from Stamp Camp. I got this at a convention. I paid $5 for this stamp, guys. $5 at a stamp convention, which was probably not retail price. There we go. All right, let me move this over here. I can't get it much closer. It wants to fuzz. So you can kind of see it there. Hi, Suze. Let's see. All right, so there's that. And let me put my Monas back in here. Oh, I wanted to stamp this little Japanese one out. That's kind of cute. I like this one. Again, I'm going to get it down here and get it inked up. Down here I'm right here on the table. So I can get it even inking. All right, let's see which way does this one go. I think it goes this way. There's my picture. I think it goes this way. Nope, it's upside down. Let me do it again. And what's cool about stamps like this, guys, is you can stamp them on a decent piece of paper, or it can even be sketchbook paper. But you stamp them out, you cut them out. You cut them out and you use them. There we go. You cut them out and use them on your projects, right? So, I'm just putting them in a book just because I'm going to use this book as an inking book, to doodle in. So I thought, let's just go ahead and get it broke in. All right. Now let's, so there's that. All right. So now let's go back and I'll go to another pack. Let's see what's in the next pack. All right. This one has some nice little flourishy borders. Let's pull one of these. These are acrylic. So I'll try to do something over so you can see what I'm doing. Besides make a mess. So I asked earlier who does stamping besides Eileen and Janet. Well, Janet does. I don't know if she stamps much anymore, but she used to because she has a collection. See, look how pretty that one is. And that can be, you could use that for a whole border on that one. And this is the same kind of thing, just a little bigger. Let's do that one. Gail said she stamped. Who else said they stamped? I'm gonna carve one for y'all in a minute. This is just a little inspiration show today, that y'all might like to play with stamps. So there's those two. Again, see, I love them when I see them. I think, oh, I got to use those more. Okay, then here's another Technique Tuesday alphabet. This one was called Eiffel Tower alphabet. Here's some more alphabet. These are just some black letter, Gothic letters. And I have tons of these because this is what I usually used to do most of my calligraphy in. Yeah, I know Teresa. Yeah, Teresa does. I used to do most of my calligraphy in Gothic. So I love Gothic lettering. Now I'm trying to do more brush lettering, like, let's take let's sit on my foot. Let's take a moment. Let me get a pen. Let's do it in black. Let's do it in black. Let me get where's my other? I have different bags for different pens. Let's see. That one's a brush pen, but it's too thin. I need my Fude Touch. Here we go. So now I do like brush lettering like. And I didn't do any warm-up, so. And Janet and I were going to do this religiously. We said we were going to do brush lettering religiously. And you can see we haven't done too many videos on this. Hi, Diane. There's Diane. I have something to send you. You haven't been around here, but I found this picture. I'm sending that to you. Doesn't that look like you? You could have taken that picture. This could have been you, Diane. So I'm saving this to send to you. So I got that set aside for you, Diane. And welcome, by the way. Good to see you. Okay, Janet's doing a shameless promotion, but I can't tell what it's for. I see a YouTube link, but Janet's doing a shameless promotion for something, but I don't know what. But I trust you, Janet. I trust you. Okay, so anyway, brush lettering. This is with the Fude Touch. It's a Japanese brush pen. And it's not really brush, guys. This in this case, the Japanese pen is like a plastic nib, and you can get these in the. It's called a P. Wait a minute. Let me find. Do I have one right handy? In the Micron. The Micron. You know, the ones that look beige. I can't find one of my Microns right now. But the Micron has a P. It's called, because it's for the, I think it means plastic nib, but I'm not finding one right now. But y'all know what a micron looks like. Oh, here's a micron. Let's see if this, I don't know if this is a P. It is PN. Okay, it's a micron PN. And that's got like a little plastic nib too. So if you want to write small, let me do a little one here. Whoops, I poked through because of the foam here. Oh my gosh, I poked through the paper because of the foam. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So if you want to write small, like in your journal, and you want to do brush lettering, this PN is good for that. You can write real tiny. So if you like to write smaller in brush lettering, then get the Micron PN. It has a PN. I think it stands for plastic nib, I think. But anyway, but if you want to write a little bigger, oh, it's Janet's channel? Okay. Has anyone used the Faber-Castell 4-pack artist white lettering pens? I don't think I've ever heard of the Faber-Castell white artist pens, Judy. I don't think I've ever seen them. But you can get these at Jet Pens, and I've got them in every color. You can get these in all kind of, and then the other one that's closest is probably, hang on, is probably the Papermate Flare. And that's not loose. That's built in. That's not in my pens. That's like built into the case. A Papermate Flare pen. Let me do here. Let's get a purple one. Let's get a purple. This is a rabbit trail is what this is. So if you want to do smaller, this is the Papermate Flare. And they come in all these colors. Comes in all these colors. Okay. So anyway, let's don't get it on the ink here. Okay. Hang on. So there's some different size nibs. Oh, thanks, Lynette. You like the rabbit trails? Most people do like the rabbit trails. Okay, so, but it's called Touch. If you go on Jet Pens, you don't be able to see it, but it's Touch. The rest is in Japanese, so I can't read it to you, but it's like a Fude Touch pen. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get my little pad back here. All right. Okay. So we did those, I showed you those letters. Okay. These are all these are from Lost Coast Designs. Again, back in the day, I don't know if I can grab them. Back in the day, let me grab a couple of old catalogs. Rabbit Trail, but it's stamping related. This is stamping related, so These are some of my old catalogs. Like this one is from Gumbo Graphics. And so you can see the old stamps back from when. This is from 1993. This catalog is from 1993. And you would do you could just do so much with them. I mean, they're so much fun. I do miss doing mail art. I do mail art. Oh my gosh, look at this. Censor your own mail art at home, passed by the government censor. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. So this one was, and I had some circle that I either wanted to buy or did buy. So, yeah, animals, horses. There was a little inkwell, so I probably bought that one. And I know I bought that hand. But look, there's a tube of paint and, you know, just, I mean, just loved them. Cats, ancient statues and ancient artifacts, fairies, furry critters, rubber relics, food and drink. Let's see. Undersea ships and shells. Then here's the faux post. And they were like anywhere between $4 and $12.50. And that's back in 1993. 1993. So there's one there. Let's see what other ones do I have. Here's Fruit Basket Upset out of Seattle. I don't know if there's dates. They're probably all from the 90s, guys. Most of these are all going to be from the 90s. But and the only way you could find this kind of stuff was you bought it through the mail. And you always decorated your envelopes. You always decorated your envelopes. I miss mail art too, Dee Dee. I'm itching to do a zine soon. Yeah, Janet does. I'm going to take another rabbit trail. I'm going to write that down. Shows Janet's zines. I'm making a note over here. We'll see how much time we have. Show Janet's. I've shown them before, but oh my gosh. If you ever want to do a cool zine swap, Janet's your gal. Okay, so this, okay, let me show a couple here. All right, this one has my address. Well, it's my old address, but still. This one's another one. This is a Fruit Basket Upset envelope. This was from, I can't read the post date. Okay, what else do I have here? Holidays and special occasions. Look at those Draculas. Nosferatu. Oh, I can't ever say his name, but there was a stamp of him. So these are all just different sheets of stamps. Little dancing skeletons. There's more faux postage. If y'all ever follow Nick Bantock, y'all know about him and his faux postage. Let's see, when was this? This would have been October 1993. That was from Detailed Rubber Stamps. Here's some more. This one's out of San Francisco. This one was hand-carved. This was Hand-Carved Stamps International. This was a poster for the Hand-Carved Stamp Convention in San Francisco. It doesn't have a year. Oh, there it is, 1992. So this was from Hand-Carved Stamps, 1992. What else do I have here? Stamp Francisco. Again, just look, just cool stuff. Cool stuff. Ignore the clown. Some bees. Ordering sheets. What else do I have here? Detailed Rubber Stamps. Just some really cool, very cool stamps. This is 100 proof press. No, this is Stamp Francisco. Look at these cows. Look how faded that is. You drew them, color and cut out pieces of color books. Yeah. So anyway, look how yellowed this is. This has got to be back in 92 or 93 probably. But I mean, just such cool. Look at these Art Nouveau stamps. Look at those. And you had to have a vulcanizer, and everybody made them themselves. I didn't, but. And then here's an old Stampin' Up catalog. This is when they started becoming commercial, when stamping really became commercial. I think Stampin' Up was one of the first companies that did it. Really became a commercial company, like, you know, like a Tupperware. But back in these days, it was like, I don't want to say it was underground. It wasn't that dramatic, but reboot mail art. I don't know if people would be that interested. The thing is this was before computers and email. Not, I always say before computers, and what I mean is before desktops. This was before desktops, and that's what put me out. I don't want to say put me out of business in calligraphy back in the 80s, but by the time the 90s rolled around, everybody had desktops and could print out their computer fonts and stuff. Yeah, nobody wanted hand done calligraphy anymore. What I'm trying to say is, I don't know that anybody's really interested in doing mail art. Now, Janet talked about doing a zine swap, and that's a little more involved, and it's a little more work, and it's a little more. But I don't know if people were more interested. This was from, can I see a copyright date on there? I'm not sure. I don't see a copyright date on here. $1992. So this was 92. So Stampin' Up was doing, like Tupperware does. They would do. You'd buy stamps, and But these were back, when I was doing mail art. Okay, so there's that little rabbit trail. But I still keep them. I keep them up here in my clip art books. I keep them up in my clip art books. Okay, so this was Lost Coast Designs. I won't stamp these out right now because you can see them. But isn't it cool? Look at that. There they all are. And then these are some kanji. I don't know what there's some kanji. There's a koi. There's a bonsai tree. So I just have these in the little individual pockets there. Here's some, there's a panda and some Japanese, and then this one's really cool. And again, these would have been mounted on wood. And I would have, put them in the microwave for 5 seconds or 10 seconds and taken them off the wood blocks because they're just easier to store in these sleeves rather than walls, which I did used to have, walls of rubber stamps. I'm not sure which way this goes. I might have it upside down. Oh, it goes sideways. That's what okay. I haven't needed to do it sideways. So it would go this way. There we go. That's better. Eileen said I used to go to a lot of stamping get-togethers. Did you ever go to stamping conventions, Eileen? I'm sure you probably did. You probably went to stamping conventions. There's a panda right there. And then here, let's see, what do we have here? This one, I think, this came out of, well, I know it did. This came out of one of those magazines, probably out of the UK. Card Making and Papercraft magazine. I think that's out of the UK, isn't it, Eileen? Isn't that put out by the UK? Card Making and Papercraft, and these come in those magazines. I should use this. Look at need to pull this one out. Oh my God, people thought we were making. You know what, guys? If y'all are unstable, am I here, guys? Am I freezing? Am I here? It is out of the UK, Carla. All right, are we stable? Are we stable, people? Am I here? Let me see if I'm here. Am I here? Let me wait. You're buffering here and there. A bit. Okay. Well, I was going to do a giveaway. We don't have a good minor buffering. We'll save it. Okay. I'm going to just put on here for a giveaway. When I go, we're going to be doing books next week, but I can't do it with the unstable connection because then emails. It was buffering. You didn't see my number. So we'll save that. I'm going to pull it though, guys. I'm going to pull it. Okay. All right. So let's see. Then I have these little Hawaiian flowers. These I like to use. Oh, that's on there. I like to use these with acrylic paint. What's this one? Oh, that's another Asian design. This one's from Lady Jan. Lady True North Jan sent me this one. Look, from Jan. And she spells her name that way, so that's how I know it's her. And look, here's a Chinese takeout box. Okay, so let's see what else we have. So we'll do that. I'll save that for a giveaway. Okay, it's buffering. Yeah, see, we don't want to do a giveaway on a buffer. Okay, let's see what else we have here. All right, move some of these sheets. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, so I have all kinds of, these are ones that I bought over the years. Maple leaves, grapes, a dollar bill. These were all used in my mail art, guys. There's a picnic basket. These are all a couple of angels in there. You have the fortune cookie to go with that takeout box. Do you really, Janet? So you can kind of get an idea. Some of these are mail art ones. And same for these. There's more mail art. There's a chandelier and some wheat. These are old. Some of these are really old. These are some of my old ones. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see if I can just spread them out here. Cactus and columns. Now, I know those columns are from 100 Proof Press. There's a little Jack in the Box, some little feet. I'll just kind of hold them up there so you can kind of see. So you can kind of see. These are all from mail art. Old mail art stamps. That's on the other side. Oh, then now this is from Technique Tuesday. This was from 2004. And these are little rings. And I don't know where my little sock monkey face went. He's in somewhere else because I used him all the time. My little sock monkey face with, Janet's Monkey Island Madness. But I don't know where he is now. But these are Technique Tuesday. They're called Infinite Wisdom. And they all have words on them. You can't see them because I've used them and stamped with them. But let me move one just so you could kind of see one. Like this circle right here. This circle says wonder, seek, journey, explore, discover. And all of these have different sayings on them. You just can't see them because they're stained. But all these have different words in circles. What's those? All right, what else do I have here? Another alphabet here. And then this was an alphabet with all different animals, like alligator A frog had an F, elephant an E. So these were all an alphabet of animals. Oh, thank you, Judy, for the $20 super chat. Oh my gosh, girl, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Dee Dee Buns. Oh my gosh, Judy, I'm pretty sure I have your address, but if you'll email it to me again, I will put you on my next outgoing thank you. Here's my email again. There you go. Email me your address again, Judy. I think I have it, but just to make sure, and I will send you out a thank you, um, along with Jennifer and Gaga and anybody else that's supported the channel this month. Okay, thank you so much. Mwah! Back at you, Judy. Judy, Judy, Judy. I always say that to her when I see her. Okay, so thank you, Judy. So there's some alphabets. Let's see what else we have. Okay, this one. This was an old scrapbook. This was what was her name? Elsie. This was an Elsie set. Y'all remember Elsie? Can y'all see that? This was an Elsie set back when she was popular in scrapbooking. And then I have different, just little lines, just little journaling spot lines. Got a lot of those. Some more borders, some different, different borders. And let's see, there's a whole sheet of trees. Another Technique Tuesday. They're all slipping. Can you hear them slipping down? I have them in a box, a shoe box. Technique Tuesday. This was Functuation, 2005. And then here's just an all over pattern one. Another Technique Tuesday. This is an alphabet called Paris Nights, lowercase. And then here's just a handwriting, pen handwriting. No rhyme or reason to these guys. I don't have them filed in any kind of prayers for Pacola. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. Yeah. Y'all don't know Pacola's under the weather, so y'all, keep her in your thoughts and prayers. And no, it's not the virus. And then here, and again, it's backwards, but it's 2004, and they're flowers and just different parts of flowers that you can put together your flowers in any way. Here's this came on a big 12 by 12 sheet. This was, I forget who made these, but these came on a big 12 by 12 sheet. Bought this at a scrapbook store, and they had all different corners. And they're very cool. Let's see. And you'd put them in the corner of your page. Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, they're, I've had them since, started doing stamping back in, late 80s, early 90s. Okay, and I don't know how good of a inking job I did there. Not that good, but you can kind of still see it. All right, let's see. Another Technique Tuesday. This one was Casablanca, and it has all kinds of like Indian designs, like Indian designs, like paisley type designs. Let's put this one on. I'll put this one on. You can see. And little borders and then there's circles like mandalas. This stamp one, a lot of people like mandalas. Well, here, you can see it there. If I take the stamp off, see? So, yeah, there's that. What else do we have in the old shoe box? Here's a big bamboo. Big bamboo. This one, somebody sent me this one. Do I have their name on it? But anyway, this was, this is kind of like that set Janet bought from, what do you call it? Zandra, I think she bought the set from Zandra. She has the acrylic set. This is red. This is gray rubber. But there's the set right there. This came from, I don't even know who it came from. Anyway, so there's that. All right, let's see, more unmounted. Unmounted. See, can you imagine how big these blocks were too? See, these are all on blocks. There's my medieval pair. There's my middle knight and princess, or king and queen, with the castle and the text in it. Okay, here's another Tuesday morning. This one was called Petal Pushers. And again, it's you build your own flowers. Look, it comes with the stems and the stamens and all the petals. Look, you can build individual flowers. This one was called Whirligigs. Whirligigs! Another Technique Tuesday. This one was called Words. What was this one called? See, it's backwards in here. Children. Okay, so it probably had it had play and different words here with the, yeah. These are Barb Owen faces. Now I've got a collection of Barb Owen stamps. She doesn't make these anymore, guys. These are Barb Owen's face. I don't think she does unless she republished them. But these are the faces that she used on her dolls. Here's photographs of her dolls. These are the dolls that she used to make. And these are the stamps that she designed to make the faces with her dolls, right? So these are her stamps. I have a collection. I think she had a collection of 8, and I have 4 of them. But you can see them right there. So those are Barb Owen stamps. Yes, I feel blessed to have those. Okay, these are more just sets of different things, you know. Oh, here's some more of those borders. This is some more of that big sheet, that 12 by 12 sheet. This is on that 12 by 12 sheet too. Look at that. See? And then here's the different components of it. Okay. We're getting down to I mean, this is the last pack. Okay, so this was on a mounted wood. I don't know what all's in here. Okay, here's another like paisley kind of design. Not paisley. There's a name for that. And this is World Traveler clear stamps. There's that bicycle. I use that bicycle all the time. Here's kind of what they look like here. The stamp, the impression is blurry, so it's not because the camera's not blurry right there. That's because they're stamp blurry. But yeah, this was a World Traveler set, and then here's just some. This one had all kinds of little more tattoo type designs. Also called Rock and Roll. This one's called Rock and Roll, but this has some really cool hearts and things. Let me stamp a couple of these out. This is a cool set called Rock and Roll. See that heart there? No, it's not a fleur-de-lis. It's not a fleur-de-lis. It's something else. Yeah, it's not a fleur-de-lis. I mean, it could be, I guess any flourished flower could be a fleur-de-lis, but that's not what this is. This is something else. But I can't think of it. But anyway. So anyway, let me see if I can show you here. This is right here. This is clearly impressed. You can see there's a little rock and roll vibe going on with this. And that's what this set is. And they're just all thrown in here because I use them and then I put them away like that. So anyway, so those are my stamps that are in the shoe box here that I just keep standing up. Let's see, what is this one going here? And I just have them filed like this. And I have some bubble wrap in here because we use bubble wrap for stamping too. So I did keep a little bubble wrap in there. So anyway, these all just stand up in a shoe box like this. Now, these aren't all my stamps. I showed you those boxes. At the beginning of the show, I showed you my boxes of stamps. Oh, wait, here's some more. I got to put this on. So we'll do a carve. We'll carve something. Let me get them all back in the shoebox. Okay. So see, they're just, let me see if I can turn this. They're all in a shoebox in plastic sleeves. All right, let's move this to the side. All right, now let me get put this over here where I know where the giveaways are. Let me wipe my hands down a little. Get some of the ink off. It is permanent ink, so it all won't come off, but that's okay. I'll use my craft scrubby later. All right, so we did a little bit of stamping there. We'll do a little bit of carving. I'll move these pens. Let me put the lid back on my ink till I'm ready to stamp again. Move this and this. Okay. So, now I gotta see if I can find me a piece of tracing paper. Let me look. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Let me get my carving stuff here. And I'll just carve on this. It doesn't matter if it's dirty or stained because it's going to be inked up anyway. All right, and I also have this little piece here. All right, so enjoy, Melinda. Okay, so what I want to do is let me just get some kind of a clip art, or I could use, oh, here. Let me see here. Hang on. I got some hand-drawn bees over here that I was going to move these sketches, from one book to another book, but I've sketched out these bees. This one is probably, I won't do the one with although the one with the tennis shoes is kind of cute, but these are just some of my sketches. Okay, so and I can, that'll fit on here. Usually I carve things that are about this big, but we'll carve a little bit bigger one. We'll carve this so you can see it. I like that one. All right, now let me see if I can find a little piece of tissue paper or tracing paper. Okay, here's one we did something from one of our classes or something. So let me get a little piece here. Stick that back in the Vogue, that Vogue magazine that we use for demos. All right, so this is all you have to do if you want to carve something. All you have to do is, let me get something kind of, I want a little more graphite than this. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right, any kind of graphite, right? Anything that has graphite. Because what you're going to do, and I might need a smaller one too. All you need, and let's go ahead and zoom in. All right, let's see if we can do this, guys. Let's see if we can do this. And hopefully we're not buffering. Are we not buffering? Let's see. Eileen said, I carved about 4 stamps. If I ever do it again, I will need work gloves to protect my fingers. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, Eileen. But what I want to show you is, if you don't think you can draw, and I showed y'all some of my hand carved ones earlier. Those weren't all of them, but those are the ones that were in that one bucket. If you can't draw, then get you a clip art. This is my own drawing, but you can get a clip art out of a clip art book, or let me grab a clip art book. Here, let me do this. I'll show you this one. Okay, so this is 4,000 flower and plant motifs. Okay, like this. Look at all these designs. Any of these clip art books, like any of these designs, right? Look at all those little flowers. Maybe I'll do a small one too. Let's see. What do I like? A leaf or something. But I want to do the bee because it's a little more detailed. But all you have to do, let me pick one because I'm going to put it on there. If you don't like it, you can erase it. All right, so I've got this piece of carving material, and I have this piece of carving material. I usually like to carve, maybe I'll do this, because, well, we'll see. Okay, so let's try to do 5 things. Let me pick out just something not too simple, but kind of simple, just to show you guys. I'm going to find something I like here. I mean, I like a lot of it, but I'm just looking it over. What one do I like? I like all of them. I like that curly one. Fruit, maybe a fruit. A strawberry. Maybe a strawberry would be good. Oh, I like this strawberry that's kind of cut open. Will that fit on there? No, it needs to be a little smaller. I mean, for this piece. It has to be kind of, you want it to fit on there. Are we still with the tour, guys? Oh, there's a little apple. Okay, so this is what you do. You take your tracing paper and you just trace your clip art. Like that. Just trace your clip art, and then you take your piece of rubber, your eraser or the actual carving material, whatever. And all you do is you turn it over, hold it in place. You just turn it over and hold it in place, and you take your fingernail and you just go over your lines. This is if you don't want to draw it yourself, because you can just draw it yourself right on the rubber, right? Or right on the carving material. But I'm just trying to show you if you want to transfer something. There you go. So now it's transferred over onto your rubber. That's all you have to do. Okay, then you start carving. Start carving. All right, so let's do, I just wanted to show you with some clip art, but I'm going to do my bee. All right. Let's make sure it's going to fit. It'll fit that way. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So now this is one of my own sketches. And you can carve it looking sketchy, but I'm not going to do that today. I want to do as simple as I can. For time purposes, but also I don't want to get too detailed because it'll take too long. I don't want to spend 2 hours doing this, right? Okay. Did I get enough lines in there? Okay. Okay, so now you can see what I took of that design. Okay. Did you draw the? Yes, I drew the bees. Drew the bees. Started writing little notes about them. This is just about the bumblebee. There's 25,000 species of bees. See, I told this story before. I started doing a journaling thing. I was going to list, and kind of like a society of idea collectors, information notes, ideas. And so I was going to study the bees. Well, that was before I found out there were 25,000 species of bees. There's over 4,000 types in 9 groups or families. And so I did the bumblebee and the honeybee. So yeah, so they're just some little sketches. just with pen. All right, so now what I'm going to do is now you got to turn it over so that the graphite's facing down. Right? Don't want it right to the edge. Okay, and now I'll just take my fingernail. And also, if you don't like it, like if I didn't like this, I can just erase it. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me turn the camera down. You can also erase it. Just erase it right off and start over. Not once you carve it. I mean, like just the design. There you go. And it does have ink on this piece, guys. It doesn't come that way. It comes nice and clean. But I've had this, you can see I've used bits off of it. So that's all you do for that. All right. Now what I want to do, I've got to have something. I've got to get a carving thing. Hang on. I got to get some carving, something to carve on. Where's my, here we go. Cutting mat. Get a cutting mat here. All right. So we're going to carve a little. Let's see, did I miss anything? Are we still, guys, are we buffering? Are we good? Or how are we doing? All right, so now I want to get rid of all this right here. So I'll just go ahead and take an X-Acto knife. I don't know how old that one is, but I better get one I know that's sharp. You want sharp tools. And I'm going to just cut the excess off. Now this stuff is a little bit, the pink stuff, this pink stuff is a little tougher than the gray stuff. I don't know what you're going to call it, carving material. And the Magic Rub erasers are the softest of all. Okay, so the little Magic Rub erasers, which I put them all away, they're the softest of all to carve into. This is a little stiffer and a little harder to carve. This is pretty soft and easy to carve. Okay, but the Magic Rub are awesome. All right, let's put some of this stuff away. My pens, my fude. So now what you got, and again, I have the carving tool here is a speedball, and it comes with 3 or 4 nibs. I forget how many nibs it comes with. This is an extra set of nibs in here. And you can put them in the handle. The handle is made to put them in like that, to store them in, but you can hear them rattling, and I don't like that, so I keep them in a little container like this. Okay. All right. So usually, and sometimes if you like that choppy look around it, you can kind of make lines that will be seen. Like if you want to have them like look like his wings are kind of, I might need a bigger piece. I might need a bigger nib, I mean. If you want to make him look like his wings are moving, I'll see if I can do this here. You can do like crazy like lines around the wings. So it looks like he's buzzing. Like, let's see if you can see. See those little lines I made right there? So it'll look like his wings are brrr, 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 or going bzz, 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 bzz. And but you have to, if I'm doing something this big, I'll tell you what I like to do. Instead of having just like a big square like this, I will cut around it. And I don't want to do it now because I want the extra material to hold on to while I'm cutting. Right? You really want to work on your design first and then cut off the excess, because you can always trim this with your X-Acto blade, or you can cut way close or cut right up to it. But you don't want to do that at first. You want to keep your background, secure while you're doing all the details. Otherwise, you won't have anything to hold on to, right? And it's easier to hold on like this and spin it and work on it if you have that background. So don't cut away your background until you finish the design. Okay, and you got to remember that where you cut away will be the white area, and whatever you leave, like the lines, will be what inks. Okay, so you want to the first thing I'll probably do, and I know people say you got to cut away from yourself. I know you're supposed to, but I kind of hold the blade and I kind of turn the piece. But you got to be careful, guys. Don't, this is not carving for children. This is adult carving. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to just kind of do a line around the edge. I'm just going to kind of outline it first so I'll know where the edge of him is. Right? And so you can just go whatever way you want. I like to kind of turn the piece rather than try to just hold it steady and do whatever. I'm constantly turning it. So I'm just kind of outlining them. And again, this pink rubber is a little stiffer than this. I could do this real faster, but I wanted y'all to see the bee. So I'm just going to kind of go around. And once you cut something out, there's no going back. It's gone. You've cut that piece out. So if you chop off a head or something, then all you can do is like ink it and then fill in with ink if you mess it up. Okay, so I'm just kind of outlining them. And I'm trying to be a little careful because I'm having to dig into this pink rubber more than I would this. Because this right here, I don't even know if I can show you how soft it is. This is so soft to cut into. So, and this isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. You can do it, but you have to do like three digs instead of just one. You got to kind of go after it a couple, 2, 3 times because it's stiffer. Can y'all see okay? Am I zoomed in enough? I can probably zoom in some more. I don't know. I don't want it to get too pixelated though. If it gets too pixelated, I'll back out again. How's that? Are we good? So let's see how far we can get. All right, so I'm going to get that little area out that's in the eye area. Go around his little head. So I'm just kind of outlining him. And you do want to take your time, which I probably won't be taking as much time as I should. But this is just how I do it. I start by outlining them. And here's the thing, guys. After you get a certain way into it, then you can ink it up and see how if you've missed any areas. But remember, when you ink it up, you're going to be covering up anything. When you ink it, you're going to get rid of all your pencil lines. So you want to get as far as you can before you ink it and test it, because then you're going to cover up your lines. Of course, you could always look back at your clip art if you needed to know where else to, fix things. You can look back at your clip art. Okay, thanks, Janet. Oh, and I do want to, I'm going to work on this for a little bit, and then I want to show y'all Janet's zines. Don't let me forget, because I say, I'm going to show you this or read that, and then I forget. Then I get, rabbit trailed and forget until the end, and then I'm off air, and I go, oh, I forgot to do XYZ. So, and you're gonna get the pencil, you're gonna get the graphite on your hands. It's because you're touching it and removing. And it's a little kind of a detailed thing to have chosen in such a little amount of time, but I want y'all to kind of, okay, so In the area here, this white area, I'm going to kind of flick in so his little body looks like fuzzy, you know. I don't want to just carve that solid out. I want it to have like that texture of fur, or well, whatever it is on a bee. It's not fur. So I'm kind of doing that. But once you get a lot carved out, then you can stamp it and you can see where you need to make corrections. And you always have to make corrections. You'll never carve it out perfectly the first time. Okay, so let's see if you can see that. See where I've carved that out right there? The bee in the here, here, and here. See, I've carved that out. How deep do you need to carve? Deep enough so that when you ink it, there's a difference. It's not. You don't have to do it. You'd be surprised. You'll see. It's not as deep as you think. Now, again, this pink rubber doesn't let me get very deep in one pass because it's stiffer material than this. I can get pretty deep in this with one or two passes. This is a little stiffer, so it is a little more. But you can see where I've carved into it. Look, see? But that's a good question. And you will get all this little, you're going to make a mess there with little bits here. Okay, so let's see, where was I? Did I get everything outlined? Okay, let's go up in here, this part of the body. But it's really fun. It's very zen. It's very chill just to sit and carve. I don't do it that much anymore like I used to. But it is very zen to do it. Get around his little head there. I'm not sure how I got around his face there. I might have to wait till that stamp to see. Okay, so now I'm going to get in here in the wings. And again, when I carve, some people like it very, I should have kept that paper out, that hand carved stamp paper, that poster from San Francisco Stamp Convention. Some people like it very neat, and some people, I like that sketchy look because that's how I draw too. So I like it sketchy looking, but it and also depends on how much time you want to take and get very, very detailed. But you really have to concentrate because once you cut it away, and you also have to be aware of the direction that you're cutting into. Like I'm trying to cut these wings in the direction of the wings. See how I'm cutting that direction? I wouldn't want to cut this out straight up and down because it wouldn't look like wings. Do you know what I mean? Same thing for here on the body. See how I've cut the direction? So when I was carving, I carved, in direction like that. And then the back, I wanted this away. The wings, I want this away. So, because that's going to show up. That's going to show up. So the way you carve it is the direction you want it to print. I'm not really looking at chat, guys. I want this to be halfway decent for you because it'll turn out like awful and you're going to go, oh, I don't ever want to do that. I am doing it kind of quick. I don't want y'all to be discouraged. And you're kind of just skimming the surface here. And it's hard to see every little detail until you print it. And then you'll see where you need to correct things. And you will always have to correct things. Hubster went to get my car inspected. So we get the new tags. So that's where he went earlier. I think I heard the garage door. I think he's home. I think I heard him come home. So I'm getting my car tags. You see that? Come in, honey. I'm still working. I'm carving a bee. What's up? Did you get my car inspected?
Yeah, you're good to go. Full tank of gas and all.
Oh.
You want some fresh?
Honey, I'll make. You can, if it's not made, you can get.
All right. Well, I'm making lunch now. I'll be ready at 12:30.
Oh, what are you making?
Well, it's a surprise.
It's a surprise. Okay. Oh, thank you, honey.
All right.
Love you.
Love you.
You're a keeper.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, he is a keeper. Okay. All right. So let's do this swing now. I'm going to get right up to that edge, so I have to turn it both ways. But yeah, I want to show Janet's zines. We did a couple of zine swaps a few years ago. We did a fairy tale zine swap. What was the other one we did? Do y'all, Jan or anybody, do y'all remember what the zine swaps were? We did a fairy tale, a quote. We did a quote one. We did a quote one, I think. I think we've done 3, I think. And then Janet's made a couple of extra ones too. She made a few other zines just on her own. But Janet, and I'm going to show them again while I'm nice and zoomed in. After we do this, I'm going to, oops, I'm doing that the wrong way. I want it to go this way. I want those lines to go this way. While I'm zoomed in here, I want to show y'all some of Janet's zines. They are amazing. So, gotta be careful that I don't want to cut that line. I might have already done it. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we ink it. I hope I'm staying in frame. Okay, let's do this bottom section. And you can buy carving kits like at Hobby Lobby or, Joann, probably everywhere. And you can buy these sheets of rubber to carving rubber. You can buy those separate. So, all right, now, all right, I think I've got most of the base of it in there. See? All right. So now what I want to do is I want to start carving away around the outside. So I already started. I outlined it. Now what I want to do, you're going to have to see what you want to do on the background. It's going to depend on what you want on your background and how much background. I think I got enough where I can cut around it. I probably should do a little more, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. All right, so I'm going to get my X-Acto knife, which I just had here. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I want to get rid of the excess. Okay, now you can be careful and cut areas where you might want to keep it. You could cut this a nice even square if you want lines in the background. Let's say you want the background showing. If you want the background showing and say you want some lines, some lines coming around, then you want to keep the background. For me, I like to, and this is a little thicker, so I'm going to have to concentrate. Um, I don't want any of that. I want to get rid of the background. But I got to be careful around those legs. You don't want to, cut a leg off of your bee. So start kind of general, kind of big, kind of like this. See how I'm cutting it away? You can always cut more, but once you cut it, it's gone. So it's better to take time and cut things away slow, and really be careful with this because I'm cutting all the way through this material and I'm putting a lot of pressure to do it. So you really want to be careful with this stage. So I'm kind of just looking in here. And you do have to have a cutting mat. So got to be careful there with that leg. But you can leave the background and just make designs in it. There's a little piece right there, doesn't it? So take your time and cut it away a little at a time. And you can always trim it. I mean, you can always clean up the edges. But you don't, and again, you don't want to do this part until you've got your bee pretty well done because you won't have anything to hold on to. That's your material that you're holding on to while you're carving. So I'm just kind of getting rid of the excess. Then I'll go in and clean up the edges. Hopefully I've left enough around the edge of the bee for there to be a line. We'll find out in just a minute. Okay, there's our start now. Is this to scale? I hope it's not to scale. I hope this is not to scale, this bee. Here's my drawings. I wouldn't want to be that big or that big. All right. So now let me just clean this off here in the trash. And you could save some of these bigger pieces for carving into again, smaller something, but I know I won't do it. So, all right. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I want to kind of, how do I say this? I almost just want to push down on it. Instead of cutting, now I want to almost just push down to clean up around the edges. And I probably should go ahead. I should probably go ahead now and ink it just to see what I got. Because then you're going to want to clean up around. See, like these legs are way big. But you got to have have enough material there to, that's not just going to cut. You're not just going to cut it, there's got to be something there to hold on to. Okay, so I have this little leg in here. There's a little leg right there that I need to cut away. That leg's going to be nice and fat until I ink it and see exactly where I want to cut. So I'm not sure where I want to cut around that leg yet. And I'm holding my breath, so you probably hear me going, Lobster go, why are you moaning while you're arting? I'm not moaning. I'm holding my breath. All right, let's ink them up and see what we got, shall we? Let's see what we got. Because I know all this has to be thinned out. These lines are going to have to be thinned out. But I don't want to thin them until I see how much I need to thin them. You know, like around his little head here. You know, getting rid of some of this material around his little antler or his little antenna. But I don't know how much yet because I can't see what it's got going on. Okay, so let me take a baby wipe and kind of get rid of some of the excess. What do you call it? You know, just the rubber stuff, so that when you're inking it, you're not picking up little bits. Right? All right, let's clean this off. All right, let's see what we got. Don't laugh if it doesn't turn out. I don't want to hear it. Let me get a piece of paper here. Okay, and you want to ink, like, again, on a foam something, okay, so that it has some, so it's, we'll see what happens. I'm going to look at the face. Wait a minute, let's cut a little more. We will see what happens on this first pass. Oh, my head's not sticking up under the camera. And I want to make sure that I got that little eye thing in there, some kind of little detail in his little head there, and then probably a line here for his arm, and another line there for that little arm, and another little line there for this little one. Be careful not to cut his little wings off there. All right, let's see what it looks like when we ink it, shall we? Are y'all excited? Are y'all excited? Well, it is pretty soft. It doesn't cut. This cuts like butter. The gray stuff or the magic rub erasers cut like butter. This is a little stiff. All right. Let's see. Let me get off all the crumbs. That's what I was thinking. I want to get off all the crumbs. All right. So let's see if I need to go deeper. There we go. And it might take a couple printings to get it to really print well. Yeah, it's okay. I cut too much on that leg. See right there? You can't get that back. See where I cut too much right in there? That's gone. You can't get that back. So what you can do if you do that though is go in there with a pen and draw it in. You know, you can draw it back in. Right? You can draw it back in. Yeah. Okay. So now I can look at this and see where I might need to cut more. You know, like, all right, for instance, I cut a little too much right here on this edge, or my other option is to cut away this. I can cut this back area off right here, but I kind of just like the way it looks. But you see where I got too close to the edge right there? So I cut that too close right there. You know, but you see how it's kind of those little choppy bits? I like that look. I like that look. Now, I could cut a little bit more in here, but I'm afraid that may make the body look too thin. So, but you can see how you can look and see where you need to trim things. Bye, Matt. He looks crippled. Matt, leave my crippled bee alone. Look, Matt, that's why on this one I put tennis shoes. This one has tennis shoes, Matt. So anyway, or if you think this little leg is too long, so I could just cut this part off, right? It almost looks like this could be cut off. Well, I think I did pretty good for 20 minutes, but anyway. So there's our little B. But see, now BC, now you can see where you might need to do some trimming or, some cleaning up, right? But I think I'm going to leave them for a sample. Okay, guys, it's time to move on. It's time to move on to some zines. All right, let me pick this up real quick, and we're nice and zoomed in, and I'm going to stay zoomed in while I show you the zines. Janet's zines. Janet may have already run out the back door. So again, you can put the little tools, and it comes off just like you do an X-Acto knife, and it goes back. And make sure you screw that on real tight, real tight. You don't want to be carving and have that slip. Right, so you want to really tighten that up. And if you want, you can store the rest of your nibs in the back of this, but I don't like to listen to them rattle while I'm carving, so I keep them in another little jar, right? Okay, so there we go. There's a little carving lesson. A little bit of carving. Let's put all that together. Pick up the inks and the ink pads. All right. All righty. Okay. So I hope y'all like doing it. Again, take more time and see how it's opposite. So just know that it's going to be the opposite of what you carved. So if you wanted that bee to be facing the other way, you need to do the tracing and then trace it again on the back and flip it over. But it didn't matter to me which way it faced. So there you go. All right, so let's move this to the side. Let's move the cutting mat to the side. I'm trying to kind of wipe my hands off. Take a sip of cranberry juice. All right. I got the zines right over here. Hang on. So I'll just pull them. I'm not going to go through all these, but I'll show you how many zine swaps we've done. Let's see. That's one. I think these are Janet's. I think I have her separated, actually. Let's see. I don't even know if these are all of them. But we have done quite a few zine swaps. So here's some of my zines. And what I've done is I made the little mini file folders. Remember how I showed you how I made the little mini file folder to hold my, is this it here? To hold my little drawings? Yeah. So this is a file folder, one big file folder. Fold it up to make little pockets, right? To make little pockets. And so what I did is I made some of those little pockets. Now this is two of them together. This is two file folders folded up and made a double pocket. But this holds all my zines. And some of them aren't in here. But these are the different zine swaps and different zines. But I think I have Janet's are right here. So Janet has done some amazing zines. She did one, and I'm going to read them. If y'all don't want to see them or hear me read them again, then feel free you can go. You can go. But let me turn down the lighting. Let's get some ambiance. Let's turn down the lighting. I'm going to stay zoomed in so you can see that, but it is a little bright. Let's turn it down just there. We go. Okay. Hopefully we're focused. Are we focused? Is this focused? I can't really tell. Does it look focused to you guys? I'll wait for an answer. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Is it focused? My hand looks focused, but can y'all see? It's good? Yes, it's focused. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with this one. This one was, I think it was the fairy tale one. Okay. I think this was the fairy tale one. Thank you guys. And Janet sent out this zine. This is hand lettered, guys. Do you see how little that is? This is this is hand lettered. And our zines, what we did is the rule is a one sheet zine. So what a one sheet zine is your whole zine is made on one sheet of paper. It's one sheet of paper. And the way you cut it is right down the middle, like that. Well, you fold it into fourths like this. You cut the middle, and then when you kind of pop it up and fold it, you have a one sheet zine. I'm not going to get into all that right now. If we ever do a zine, look at my hands. If we do a zine swap, we'll do it again. It will be a one sheet zine because that's the easiest way to make one. Now you do have to make sure you number your pages because once you fold it up, where you are working is not the same order, right? Okay, so Janet's zine, I think it was fairy tales, was the theme of it. And this was from July 2014. Yeah, fairy tale zine swap, July 2014. And her zine came in this little milk carton. Came in this little milk carton. There, Janet's right there. Janet M. Young. Janet streams every Monday at 1 Eastern, right after I do on Mondays. So this is how she packaged all her zines to everybody in the swap. And I think at the time, we limited it to 25 people at the time. This was in 2004. It says 6 years ago, right? Is that right? Yeah, 6 years ago. And we limited it to 25 people. I'm going to read her zine. I'm going to show you all her zines. I think these are all hers here. These are all Janet's zines. I think they're all hers. There's her little sock monkey paper clip. Okay. These are all her zines. All right. So this is the Duck Daily Times. What she did, well, wait, y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Now, I might have to get out my, it's zoomed in for you, but it's not zoomed in for me. So we'll see how close I can read this because it's very tiny. Can y'all see how tiny that is? Let me get a pencil in there. Look how tiny that is. See how tiny? It's hard for me to read. Okay. So she made this to look like a newspaper. The Duck Daily Times. And it's from Odense, Denmark, which is where Hans Christian Andersen was from. And it's dated April 17th, 99. It could be 44. I can't tell, but let's see. I think it's 44. It might be 1844 by Hans Christian Andersen. Okay? I know. Well, y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Well, and this is a newspaper. Remember, it's a little miniature newspaper. While most of the local ducklings have already emerged from their shells, this mother duck patiently awaits the joyous cracking of her final and noticeably larger than normal egg. It's all Janet's writing, art, all of this. Duck Daily Times, Denmark, April 18th, 1844. Mother duck speaks out. Following up on the late birth of the mother duck in our cover story from yesterday, the mother duck expressed her dismay over the duckling's treatment within the community, stating that some went as far as to call him ugly. The Ugly Duckling Times, April 19th. Local duck goes missing. Hence the milk carton. Local duck goes missing. Our distraught mother duck reports today that her large drake duckling has run away. She suspects the endless name-calling, taunting, and bullying about his appearance was the cause for his disappearance. Please notify authorities if you see the missing duckling. That was April 19th. April 20. 3rd. Exclusive. Missing duck sighting with wild duck gang. And I'm reading kind of slow, guys, because it's hard for me to see. It's just hard. It's very tiny. I have trifocals. And I still can. In an exclusive interview with the spokesperson for the Wild Duck Gang, reported that the ugly duckling hung out with his gang for 2 days in the Moors area. He was quite large, but did not speak of his plight and just disappeared again. Okay, now we're into June 20th. Goose hunters see missing duck. And then the duck is thinking, let me be thankful. I am ugly. Even a dog will not bite me. Local hunters said the ugly duck was swimming with the geese and appeared quite content until the shooting started. The duck hid in the reeds, and even the dogs didn't flush him out. His whereabouts remain unknown. Now we're into September 24th, 1844. Ugly duck rejects attempted adoption. A local woman reports that the ugly duck squatted at her home for 3 weeks, never laid a single egg, and has since disappeared. Again, seemingly misunderstood. Contact authorities if you have any information about his whereabouts. Now we're into January of 1945. Farmer revives frozen duck. This farmer thought the ugly duck brought the ugly duck home in a hypothermic state, close to death. However, the farmer's wife is fuming because the duck destroyed her milk, her butter, and her meat barrel in an attempt to escape. April 17th. So we've gone from January to April. Ugly duck presumed dead. It's been several months, and with the harsh winter we've endured, locals are now presuming that the ugly duck did not survive his ordeal. In happier news, the local swan population has reported a beautiful newcomer in their midst. I have goosebumps, Janet. I literally have goosebumps. Wasn't that so good, guys? It's just so innovative, so awesome. I know, right? Isn't that brilliant? So that was one of Janet's zines there. Let's see what I can remember here. Okay, this one was for my birthday in 2017. Coffee and Art Times, Volume 1, Issue 1, February 2014. Birthday wishes for renowned artists. This was my birthday zine from Janet. Birthday wishes for renowned artists. Fibs, that's Friends in the Box, in case y'all are new or just watching the recording. We call ourselves Fibs, Friends in the Box. And if you're here, you're a fib. Friends in a Box around the world are clamoring to send best wishes on Dee Dee on her 29th birthday. While she appears to be quite young, I'm not sure I believe that number. Some fibs believe the secret to youthful appearance is copious amounts of coffee and art in the morning. Others gossip that her beauty routine must include, cupcakes? I'm moving on to page 2. Her beauty routine must include Americana paint as a night cream, thin coats of ceram coat or golden matte medium. Her stellar diet regimen, which includes grilled cheese, raisinets, cookies, and big salads, must contribute also. However, most believe that each time she includes a clock in her artwork, time is magically turned back. This reporter attributes it to a wonderfully fun disposition and contagious laughter. And then she has advertisement. So this is an advertisement. Need a special commission portrait? People or pets? Don't email me. That's a little ad right there because I do, commissions. And then here's another little advertisement. Wingnut Gala planned. There will be a celebration to honor Dee Dee on her special February birthday. Special guests will include Kirby Roseanne's, Jasmine Beckett, Hannah Carlzon, Jeff Prost, Bennett Klein, Daria Song, Joanna Basford, Rupert Bonham from Survivor, the cast of Gold Rush. Sean Connery will be the master of ceremonies. Everybody knows I love Sean Connery. Food and drink to include Mouse Guard martinis, Bennett Klein beer, shaky milks, coffee, peanut butter toast, onion rings, raisinets, cranberry juice, and moon pies. The theme for the gala is outer space. Costumes are optional. Call the Varsity, the Varsity restaurant in Atlanta. Call the Varsity aboard the Starship Enterprise for tickets. IAU named star. The International Astronomical Union has named a newly discovered star in the Golden Galaxy, Inkwell, in honor of Dee Dee's 29th birthday. That's how she put it. 29th birthday. Inkwell can be found in the Mona Lisa constellation. Here's another little coupon. Free for the fibs. Crack-a-lack-and whip app. Enter code Dee Dee 29. I forgot some of these, Janet. Books a Million birthday special. $3 calendar. Celebrate Dee Dee all month long. So for those of y'all that don't know, Books a Million every February puts all their calendars on sale for $3. All of them. And I always go stock up in February. And Janet's saying it's because it's my birthday month. Sock monkey shenanigans. Police and fire crews were recently called to an address in Atlanta, Georgia, when smoke was seen billowing out of doors and windows after investigation crews discovered several sock monkeys, a rabbit, and an elf on the shelf. And all these guys, you have to have been around years to know all these have meanings. Elf on the shelf attempting to bake a cake shaped like the Mona Lisa for their benefactor, Dee Dee, on her birthday. Upon further investigation, crews discovered their plans also included toilet papering the house. Well, not anymore. We wouldn't waste that. I'd be out there rolling it up again. Putting whoopee cushions in the chairs, packing peanuts in the fridge, hiding paintbrushes, inhaling helium, installing a cricket noise doorbell, and spreading confetti all over the studio. As no injuries or damage were incurred, the police left shaking their heads at the sock monkey shenanigans, knowing that Dee Dee will have a memorable day. Are y'all? I know. Isn't it so cute? So then born on February 4th, and there's a little clock there. You are one of the most determined people among the stars. You pay attention to the smallest detail and have the ability to organize and prioritize. Others love to get advice from you because you are so detailed and logical. You have to stay busy. Being stagnant is your downfall. It is not that you have anything to prove to the world, but you are constantly challenging yourself. I know you like working alone, even though the best consulted before making decisions. You're just special. And then here's some of the people that participated in. Janet, I think, made this on a stream. Janet made this zine on a stream, and so she had people helping her design or talk, put what to put in it. And so these are some of the people that helped her. Eileen, Bella Ghost, CB, or no, that's, what is that? It's Belle Ghost. What was her name? I can't remember now. CB, Kangaroo Babe, Carrie Ann, Linda, Osgran, Sherry, Janet, Orla, Carol, Dorothy, Debbie Epps, Laura, Mad Rat, Shell, Sunset Carol, Kimberly, Carrie, Allie, Kathy B, Jean, Kia, Mindy, Pat, and all the fibs not listed. Isn't that so cute? Oh, So there was that one. Then, what was this one for? Sock Monkey Sentinel again, but I don't remember what this one was from. I don't remember what this one was about. But anyway, it's my Coffee and Art in the Morning. She's advertising my show. Let's see what this one. So this was June 2016. Sock Monkey Sentinel, proudly serving the Sock Monkey community for 60 monkey years. You are the boss. And I always tell everybody you're the boss of your art journal. You're the boss of your what color book. In this issue, we will expose Sock Monkey lover and artist extraordinaire Dee Dee. I didn't want this one to be about me, and maybe I shouldn't read some of these other ones. Help the Hubster campaign launch. Okay, so if y'all know, I used to call Hubster my mailman because he would do all my happy mail for me. I don't know if that's what this is going to be. I don't remember. In a recent live, and this was back when we were on Ustream, before we were on YouTube. In a recent live Ustream show of Coffee and Art in the Morning, artist Edie Willingham generously offered to share her Miss Rose Happy Mail. Oh, I remember. I had a bunch of, Miss Rose sent me a bunch of napkins. Y'all know napkin art journaling, you know. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and read this. She generously offered to share her Miss Rose Happy Mail napkinage with her viewers. As expected, requests came pouring in from around the world. Guys, I'll never do that again. I'll never say, who wants some napkins? Just email me. Oh my gosh, guys. It was dramatic. How is Hubster involved, you might ask? He's Dee Dee's postman and must feel at this point he is single-handedly attempting to keep the U.S. Postal Service solvent. An anonymous viewer has established the Help the Hubster campaign. To participate, all you have to do is send postage. Don't do it now, guys. This is years ago. We can't make any promises about saving the USPS, but it might keep Bud, Solvent, and Dee Dee in Raisinets. When asked how he felt about the napkin giveaway, he said, "You have to love her generous spirit, and her laugh is irresistible." He did not respond when asked if the something he was seen purchasing, if the gags he was seen purchasing for use on his wife. The gags he was purchasing are used for his wife. There's no ham like a Willingham. That's our family motto. Our last name's Willingham. So we always say there's no ham like a Willingham. I haven't read these in a while. Learn the lingo. Some of stuff Dee Dee says. Don't email me. I know what I just said. I've heard it all before. Crack-a-lackin', which means an appropriate clad plumber, or 2, get your rear in gear. Oh my gosh. Happy Mail is either 1, check or cash, 2, art supplies, 3, fibs artwork, or otherwise fun stuff to inspire and bring joy. Rabbit trail, or a fun diversion intended to more fully explain or just because I feel like it. Wing nut. You made me laugh, you nut. And we have a wing nut book. Wait for it. You're going to love this. You're the boss. Don't let it intimidate you. You won't get better if you don't do it. So get crack-a-lackin'. In other news, artist granddaughter Boo caught a shark with her bare hands. See the photo. Yeah, she actually did she caught a baby shark at the beach. I think it washed up or something. They had a baby shark, and they photographed it, like Instagrammed it and all that. But anyway, artist grandson Cam voted most artistic, and that was back when he was in high school. He did get voted most artistic in the yearbook in his senior year. Sock monkeys are in need of adoption and urge to contact Merle Young, Monkey Island, Janet. Visit beautiful Eileen Flamingo Park in Boca Raton, Florida. Now, there's a whole story about Eileen hating flamingos. So that's a little rib on Eileen there. Bless her heart. Hug your sock monkey today. Sock monkey question and answer. Well, I'm not going to read the rest of this because I want to read some more of the other ones. That's a whole sock monkey sentinel. Then this was the package for this. Which one was it? Where's that one? Is it this one? No. Was it this one? Was it this one that goes with this, Janet? Yeah, these two go together. Okay. Just so much. Here's the Monkey Island Choir, the story behind the pictures. This is how Janet's, this is her little history. This one's the International Fibs Gazette. This month, oh, now look, this one is 2000. This was 2019. This was, the spotlight was on Miss Lena, Denmark. Miss Lena. This was a spotlight on her. This, you had to have watched Lena's show to understand that one. Do these two go together? Or does this go with, oh, I think these go together. The Monkey Island Inquirer. Okay, so let's read that together. And then this was, what was this one, Janet? A little mini newspaper. Good news. It's the good news. 25 cents. Miracle. Dog and cat survived the storm. I think this, because, Janet has tornadoes too. The Inquirer goes with this. Okay, so these two go together. Okay. This one, she has little articles here. Was raining cats and dogs. Pet obituaries. Things that happened during the tornado. Citizens speak out. Oh my gosh. Counseling urge. Authorities are urging all parents to enroll their children in counseling session to encourage them to express their feelings about the storm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is when a storm went through. Don't email us. Yes, it's a roadkill ID chart. Don't email us. But anyway, and then a little advertisement for 2-day storm sale. But look, it's a little newspaper. I did this one for your pen pal that you sent? Okay, you sent me. Okay, so this was for a pen pal, and she sent me a copy of that one. All right, so this is the Monkey Island. After this, we're going to go, guys. We've got 5 minutes. Okay, so this is the Monkey Island Inquirer, and I think these two go together, right? Well, I'm going to read them both. Okay, Monkey Island, Grand Lake, the Cherokees. These are the animals there. That's what this is. Is that right? Oh, no, it's just all about Monkey Island. Grand Lake is located in the northeast corner of Oklahoma. It exists primarily for power generation. Pensacola Dam is said to be the longest multiple arc dam in the world at 5 I don't know how many feet that, I can't read that. It's big. There are 1,300 miles of shoreline with a surface area of 46,500 acres. Life here revolves around the lake. I'm glad fate brought me to this beautiful place. I'm fortunate to share my life here with my mate, Robert, or i.e. Edward Scissorhands. That's a whole nother story. And our boss, Roxy. But she's not very nice, but I love her. I hope I'm staying in camera. Home sweet home. There's a street view looking out her back door. Isn't this awesome, guys? Isn't this awesome? Here are the birds in her area, and the monarch butterfly, I think, migrates through there. And then there's some more little drawings that she's done of other animals in her area. Isn't it awesome? Okay, Monkey Island Inquirer, the stories behind the pictures. This publication is intended to act as a companion to the Monkey Island Zine issued October 2014. The Monkey Island Inquirer is published at the whim of the management. Janet. True or false? There are no monkeys on Monkey Island. This is a trick question. While there are no primates on the island, I can attest that every holiday, every football weekend, and random weekends throughout the year, people travel to get here drunk and act like monkeys. I actually honestly prefer primates. The name, because she has swarms of tourists come in. The name was coined when the lake was being filled by Mr. Cove Bunch after the. I feel like I'm reading that. What you call it? My super chat from Monday, Janet. The island where monkeys lived at the Mohawk Park Zoo in Tulsa. Cat cops an attitude. When Robert and Merle adopted two adorable kittens in 2002, they thought they had two females and named them Rosie and Roxy. In a few weeks, Merle's cat gender identification proved to be unreliable, as Rosie was in fact a male. No problem. We'll change his name to Roosevelt. Roxy copped an attitude, obviously envious over Rosie's fancy new name. No problem. We'll change her name to Roxanne. Editor's comment. I think Roxanne means cranky, biatch in cat tongue. One day, Roxy heard the police singing Roxanne on the radio. She thinks it's her. Fate. Yep, I think so. So this was, I won't get into Janet's whole background, but am I being messaged? I'm just wondering if Hub's just got lunch ready. Jim and I bought the house spontaneous while on a business trip in 1995. Mind you, we had not discussed retiring or moving to Oklahoma, but that's what we did in October 1996. If we had known what was come to be known, would we have done it? I don't think so. Long story short, Jim had a brain tumor, became disabled from surgery complications, and ultimately passed away in 2000 after a second surgery. Before the second surgery, Jim told me he wanted me to remarry if the surgery didn't go as planned. Being a complete and utter homebody, my response was, yeah, right. They'd have to come pound on the door. Lo and behold, sometime later, my brother's friend, Robert, came and knocked on the door. He's still here, and I couldn't be happier. So there's Janet's little story there. Birds and their droppings and stranded on the bridge. Well, I'm going to have to stop here. Trapped in a greenhouse. I'll read this one, then I've got to go. About a month ago, I was out in the greenhouse and noticed a very distinct odor of skunk. Upon further inspection, I realized he was right outside the door, and the business end was aimed in the direction of my path back to the house. I figured he'd move on, so I waited. After a while, I pounded on the window, and he wasn't budging. My phone was in the house, so I waited some more. Finally, I decided to run for it. Fortunately, it was preoccupied, and I didn't get sprayed. The next day, we discovered that he had dug up and eaten a whole clutch of turtle eggs. Aren't these awesome, guys? The business end, yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today doing some stamping, some stamp carving, some zine reading of Janet's zines. So if we ever do I'm going to say this right off the bat, guys. Nobody did zines like Janet. So if you are in a zine swap with us, no, you don't have to do this. Just saying. I'm just saying, maybe next week or something, I'll show you some of the other ones that aren't so, Janet's zines are a cut above everybody. So don't think you have to do a zine like this. But I wanted y'all to see Janet's. You are a freaking nut, Janet. All right, guys, I'm going to go eat lunch with Hubster. He has surprise lunch. I don't know what it is. I'll let y'all know next time I stream. All right, guys, have a safe day, a healthy day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.